Tonight, we're bringing this week's flight sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We check out a EuroFly TwinFox, a freeware B-24 Liberator, pilot-controlled lighting, and a brand new release from Burning Blue Design. Solar farms, man. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week. Jesus, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Hope you're all keeping terribly well. We have some stuff to show off this evening, and as we catch up with all the news making its way around for our beloved flight simulator. Yes. It's pretty cool, right? We have a brand new EuroFly TwinFox, and we're going to be checking this out on both 2020 and 2024. It's an ultralight aircraft, but they've done more than just the aircraft. There's activities and sceneries and all the jazz. We're going to check it out. Then, of course, we're going to be having a now look at the freeware B-24 Liberator, which is available for 2020 or 2024. It's over on flightsim.to, and it was Colonel Fork back in the day that says, you need to give this a go. And I was like, yeah, I'll get right on that. And then, of course, I forgot. But we're showing it tonight, which would be great. From there, then, we're going to be looking at this new plugin, this pilot-controlled lighting. Basically, as you do in the real world, you can key in a particular frequency to an airfield that isn't a 24-hour, ground crew or whatever. And just by tapping your push-to-talk button, well, you can actually control the airport lighting. So we're going to have a look at that plugin in action. You see... Right, and then at the very end of it, we're going to check out a new add-on from Burning Blue Designs. They've done solar farms for the UK and Ireland, and it's kind of getting more important now for general aviation, in particular when it comes to VFR flying, because, well, solar farms, they are phenomenal visual reference points, you see, and they're starting to spring up all over the place. Very popular at airfields, naturally, but we're going to see what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? So with that said, how are you? I was away yesterday, I'm back today. I've been very busy, but all is well in the realm. Yes, just with things to do and doing things, and we're getting closer and closer to November 15th, our community meetup in Dublin, the Dublin Flight Sim meetup, and exciting news, all sorts of stuff happening, and, well, holy mogoly, what are we going to do with all these people? Right, I was up at GG Machines today, just kind of, we'll fit 8 people in that corner. They'll all have to stand straight up, shoulder to shoulder. It'll be grand. So looking forward to that one. And it's been busy, lads, very busy. But I hope you're keeping well. You're looking well. I don't like being away from this setup. you know, out in the real world. The good news is the Skoda, she absolutely flying it, lads. Brilliant. No problem at all. You know, it's I don't like driving at far journeys anymore. Like there's like ridiculous amount of Jesus, there's a ridiculous amount of mileage on my car. Look, Gibbo, he did a thing and pressed the thing. Look, Jesus. Is GG Machines going to have to get a tent to have enough room for people? No, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll squeeze them in. It'll be grand. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. Gibbo Ireland pressing a button, gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community right here on Twitch. Gibbo, you absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. And lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, do be sure to say thank you to Gibbo Ireland. The man is a legend. But anyway, shall we start with it? And you know what I mean, right? I'm wearing fancy new gear, look, you know, it's a heartbeat plane, right? And we have some, you know, can I zoom in on this without looking like a total muppet? I can. Look, there's a name with a thing with a stuff. You need to go and check it out, right? Because not only do you look, you know, but it feels lovely too. Yes, so you need to check that out and see. Maybe you'll notice something, or you know, you might find out some information. Jesus. Go off and check it out and come back to me and tell me all about it. But anyway, we'll press one of these, look. This'll do. Yes. Smooth, yeah. Yeah. Made with real Murphy. You know, you too could be wearing Murphy all over you. Right, these are the things now, you know. But do check out the website, flightsimtees.com. You'll be pleasantly surprised. But you need to check it out. The wife says you're done up like an F1 car. Right, do you know? Unfortunately, I don't have the same aerodynamics as an F1 car, Gibbo, but sure, listen, right? We'll one thing at the time. We're winter mode. Layers, you know. Gar Gaming is here from Galway. Happy Wednesday to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce, and Wolfie, welcome in. Vacuum is in the house. APU Inspector. We are halfway to the weekend. Absolutely, my guy. Oh, Jesus. Lead Ballooner, happy Wednesday. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Good to see you, man. CP65, good day. Liptorius is here. Malky Mac, a very good evening. Hope you're well, buddy. Mr. 90 is here. Tima is in the house. Ewald has subscribed 36 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Ewald. Good to see you, buddy. Chox is in the house. Agent Presta, good evening. Hermit Something, a very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well, buddy. Gibbo's in the chat. Filthy is in the chat. Crafty Tigers, welcome in. Lead Ballooner, thank you for 7 in a row. 7 in a row, look. Creo, good evening. Hope all is well in County Mayo. P.S. Miranda, hello there. Hope you're well, man. Airlock Doc is here. I hear tonight Murph is introducing a new and improved A350 throttle where the ignition switches are stored in a locked box in the cargo hold. And only a bit of string to find it. Yes, Airlock, that's exactly it. Good to see you, buddy. Strap21 is here. Hola. A Crotty is here. Hi, Murph and Fireflies. The news from me is I may have broke Microsoft Azure earlier today as I was in the middle of a change and it stopped working. They have pinpointed the issues on the Azure platform, and yes, indeed, A Crotty is the reason why he broke the internet. 100%. Sunjammer, good to see you. Hi all. Tonight we find out if Murph has given up on F1 because he's beaten too many times by his son. Listen. That's right. We missed streams yesterday. There was no streams. But anyway, we'll see how we get on, right? Commander Balosh is here. Thank you very much for your 11 months. Almost a year, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Stu Snape is here. You're looking well, Stu. Soaring AJ. AJH man, happy Wednesday. Toto2495, happy midweekage. Hope you're well, buddy. Looking forward to 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks, lads. 98 Vulcan is here. Hope you're all well. Happy Camel Day. Camel Day. Muse fan bursts into the door with his head. Look, he says how he is, his mad jokes is. Happy Hump Day. Good to see you, Muse. Shovel Shoes shuffles in. AJH John. Sunjammer, a Scotsman, an Englishman. Wait. A Scotsman, an Englishman walk into a bar. The Irishman ducks. Jesus. Light Bison, good evening. He says, grab a drink and a snack. It's halftime show featuring Murph. Right. Eamon 1973. Newsday indeed. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. DeBlaze is here. Martel, welcome in. Old Veteran 965. Happy hump day, Scott. Hope you're well. It is a day for the news. Are you ready? We shall hope so and see what happens. So-called Jerry is here. Good to see you, Jerry. Jesus, look at this. Tier 2 for 6 months. So-called Jerry, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Hope you're well. McManser, good evening. Colt Nebo, thank you for the bits. Heisenberg is here. He says, evening, Murph and Fireflies. It's been one of those days dealing with people when you feel like saying, listen, just because I'm being polite doesn't mean I wouldn't hesitate to kick you right in the face. Jesus. Yes, that's a very valid point that you brought to me mid-conversation. I respect it dearly. Right. There's a way in which you can... There's a look. You often hear the people have these looks. You know, the 1,000-yard stare or... Right. Well, you can say kind of off to someone without actually saying it. It's just how you look at them. I'll show you now. This took years to perfect, right? You ready? We'll zoom in here now for dramatic effect. This is how you tell someone to, you know, without saying it. Wait now. That's it. Now, in case you missed it, that's it. That's all you need. You use the upper dorsimus of the lower flextronic of the eyebrow and it does all the work for you. Take a picture of it. It'll work. But anyway, where are we at now? Cold Nebo, Jesus, 48 months with a tier 1, man. Thank you very much indeed. Photos by Kev is here. Happy hump day, my dude. Hope you're well. Nick is in the house. Apache, welcome in. Where is this now? Flipper Alloy. Happy Wednesday. P Swan is here. The free word in the title is the best. We all love free things. 100%. Piku, good to see you. Let me see here now. DCS Dux is in the house. Good to see you, Dux. Lenny Bobbins, it's herself. Happy Newsday. Good to see you, Lenny. Sumner is in the house. Happy Wednesday. Captain Cocktail is here for 14 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. He says happy... No, he doesn't. He says afternoon. Well, it could be a happy afternoon. From Las Vegas. It's a happy afternoon from Las Vegas. Hello from Tipperary where it's windy and cold and, you know, the rain, right? The rain I drove home with today. Jesus. Busy, you say. What, pray tell, were you busy with? I'm always busy thinking, do you know, but I put it this way, full-sized simulators, yes, trying to put a square peg into a... Trying to put a round peg in a square hole, how is that going to work? Round hole? Anyway, what else? The dice of merch, many things, lads. You would be flat out, you know. Bell Bro, happy Wednesday, buddy. Hope you're well. I can fit anywhere, Merv says Stu. Brilliant. The Danube Christmas cruise booked, so I bought a new camera. Ooh, Kev, nice. Jesus, man. But yes, anyway, where are we at now? Is there a pub near GG Machines? Not particularly. It's a bit of a... It's like 10 minutes away. Maybe 15 minutes. That's all, Eamon. It's not far. It's in like a commercial park, an industrial estate. Do you know? Mr. Dan is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Norse Viking Gaming, welcome. PH Roy. Very happy Wednesday, Roy. You're looking well. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. You're very welcome aboard. Who's this now? Jordan B. Welcome in. It's a busy night, lads, isn't it? Nutty Snack is here. Tarnish Mossman. Hello. Let me see now. Made with real Murphy, right? Brilliant. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Bro Pete, good evening. He says, good day from Arizona. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Let me see. Sarah Doman. Boo. What happened? Northern Aviation. Happy hump day. Hope all is well. Idle Cutoff is here. Hi, Murph. I love Gibbo's tea site. Right? Didn't know what you were saying there. It's very fancy, isn't it? Yes. Hope you're well, Idle Cutoff. Now, let me see. Don't know what more looks like. Just, you know, be grand. Viper Strike is in the house. Are we getting news about the upcoming kitchen? So we got our delivery yesterday from B&Q for our kitchen doors. I'm going to be busy this weekend, you know, being all manly with brawn and iron and a drill. I'll be using a drill, so I have to do all that on Saturday. But yes, it's the same look Murphy gets when he sees words with more than 8 letters in it. Yeah, accurate. Byron is here. Good to see you, buddy. I almost hit a wild boar. Jesus, while driving home from the shopping centre this evening.
Oh, Jesus.
They're big buggers. Wild boar, you say? Bloody hell. QC Frank, good to see you. He goes, I was just carefully waiting for you to show up. It only 25 minutes to remember. It's winter time. Indeed it is. QC Frank, hope you're well, buddy. Now, let me see. Mr. Dan says, the amount of Egypts on the road today, people have zero clue how to drive. Sometimes it's utterly terrifying. Right? Practicing for world flight? No, not yet. That is something now on the owl list of things to do, Scott, but it won't be next to near ready for this year. But definitely something, do you know? Walking, crawling or driving distance to the pub? That's a very important question. Krabby1, good evening. Velo is here. Welcome in. A pub? Why would you need a pub? Good, respectable people like us don't need a pub. Good man, Muse. Are you bringing the can of, the cans? Gibbons says, no pub, but Muse will be selling cans out the back of the Astra. Right? Thanks for the reminder. You nearly forgot to pack them. Pie Man Jim is here. Good to see you. 80% Merv, 20% polyester, 100%. Ooh. Right, brilliant. But anyway, busy with a round peg and a square hole. Yeah, they're going to let you use power tools. Oh God, yeah. Oh, listen, and a hard hat. It's gone darker at 4:30 to 5 o'clock, and it's like people have no eyes but got behind the vehicle. Cars pulling out everywhere. That's what happens. Do you know what I mean? But anyway. Where is this now? Over to YouTube. Philip Foster is here. Good to see you, Philip. Hope you're well. Super Ty is in the house, lurking. Let me see. Kid Coconut, welcome in. Clear for Approach, welcome in. Hello from Yorkshire. Me hand. Good to see you, man. You're very welcome in. Joe Mack, good evening, Joe. Hope you're well. Black Sheep Jean is stalking Moses' website so I can order the AB6. Ooh, yes. Jean, make it so. Right, soon, hashtag hieroglyphics TM. Very soon, Gene. But yes, Visualize is here, good to see you. Timothy McGee is here. He says, what's up, people? Let's get the Hype Express going. You better believe it, Timothy. And he's from Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore. I'd love to go there. Welcome in, buddy. We've been watching The Wire for the last couple of weeks, and sure, we're Baltimore mad, Jimmy. What was your man's name? Clay Davis? Brilliant. But anyway, Johnny Mon is here. Good to see you, Johnny. Thrust Set Simulations is in the house. Where is this now? Joe says, I'll hopefully be there on the day in Rathfarnham. I'll be hopefully be there on the day. So Rathfarnham is the nighttime element of it. The daytime is in Ballymount. Do you know? Christian is here. It must be the longest intro on YouTube. No, it's not, but we're trying to get it there, right? Brilliant. Jesus. But yes, who else came in the door? Rip Masters here. He goes, when are you going to start flying? You've been on here for 15 minutes. When are you going to start flying? He asks. Well, we're not really flying. We'll be flying later on. The clue is in the title. Flight Sim News. Do you know? That's like going on to like the news and expecting the anchor person, I'm Ron Burgundy, to do stuff. Do you know what I mean? We're having a look at add-ons tonight and just catching up on all the Flight Sim news. So there's no flying as such, Rip Master. But we will fly in the TwinFox. We'll take the Liberator out for a blast as well, just to show you what it's all about. But our main flights are Monday, Tuesday day, Thursday and Friday. That's when we fly. But Wednesday, it's all about the news. Do you know? Jim is in the house. Good to see you. Cracker Jack is here. Wayland Jutani, welcome aboard. Old Man Goat Hair. Murph, loving me new Black Square Baron. Yes. The Baron. So good. Mason is here. Welcome in, Mason. Alex, welcome aboard. Daniel K. Good to see you, Dan. Hope you're well, buddy. Let me see here now. Did I catch up? I think I did. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope all is well. But I'm at banging me hand again. But anyway, where's this now? No, we drive on Tuesday. Oh yeah, we do. We drive on Tuesday. Do you know, there's actually, word has it, there's someone coming to Ireland next week that I must intercept for a beverage of tastiness. More on that next week. But anyway, crash on Tuesday. What are you talking about? No, I never crash. I win races and drive at the best efficiency and safety when it comes to trucking. That's what happens. But anyway, right, we'll do one of these. And then one of those. Right. You're very welcome in. Now, what we're looking at here, this is over on Flight Sim 2020, but we'll ramble over to 24 in a little bit, right after we cover the news. But with the EuroFly TwinFox, with this brand new add-on, I'm very excited to see what the developer has done. Because, friends, you can buy the aircraft, as we all can buy, an aircraft add-on. But then there's like an activity pack that comes with this. You can purchase the activity pack. And it's a very interesting way to give you that connection to the aircraft itself, right? So this one of the activities, and it comes with a number of different activities, different landing challenges and all the jazz, but this is to introduce it. It kind of puts you in like a bit of a role play situation whereby you take on the part of the person who's just bought the aircraft. You have to travel out here to northern Italy, and they're going to teach you get it ready for flying. Teach you some of the quirks about flying an aircraft of this caliber. So we're going to have a look at this here now in a couple of moments after we cover the news. All right. So where's my news? Press some buttons. And let me see. Dish. It's all terribly, terribly exciting. Do you also know, Roy says, do you also know that SPAD now also supports virtual stream decks? Oh, really? That's interesting, Roy. SPAD is real handy. I saw Les put out a video. I didn't watch it yet though, Roy. But we will. We'll absolutely will. We'll have to get a look at it. Do you know? Holy tabs in the screen. We have a few of them. So we'll start off tonight. A big shout out to Vasco over at MSFS to Callum and the lads at FS Elite, and to Magnus and the crowd over at Threshold. That's where we have our news from this evening. So we'll start off. Phoenix Simulations. Well, they've updated their A320 family with the new quality of life improvements and also a couple of crash fixes. They've released a new update. The update is now available through the Phoenix installer. And according to the developer, this build mainly focuses on refining existing features and resolving long-standing bugs across avionics, the flight systems, and also the EFB. Highlights includes fixes for the thrust level or the thrust lever calibration persistence, elevator and aileron behavior when unpowered. And they've also improved the reliability in sim brief integration, which sounds like it's great news altogether, right? One Fly Air, good to see you, buddy. Mr. TPHI, welcome in. Jim Messenger is here, welcome in. Would anyone recommend the Jurassic World add-ons? Yes, they're very good. They're very, very good. So our full changelog mainly on the avionics, so you can see fixed the thrust lever null zone, fixed elevators and ailerons not drooping down, fixed potential crash in CPDLC handover, fixed sim brief timing, fixed category 2 not showing or as showing as in-op, fixed the Mach number showing when FCU 1 and 2 were in-op. So these are quality of life updates, which is nice to see. Now, shortly after development or deployment, Phoenix identified an issue with the installer that affected normal operation. A follow-up hotfix was released soon after. So all should be well in the realm. So if you have any of the Phoenix aircraft for the A320 family, there's an update from the Phoenix installer. It's always good to see quality of life updates coming in from Phoenix because, we know how good the planes are. You know what I mean? Max Stallion is here. Good to see you, buddy. Now, yes, unless you've been living under a bushel, and if you have, is it nice in there? Black Square have released the Baron and Bonanza Professional for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We got the chance to showcase these off last week, and they're the sort of aircraft, in my opinion, you just can't get enough of. There are 3 variants for each airplane, meaning the Baron has 3 different Barons and the Bonanza has 3 different Bonanzas. If you're a previous owner of any of the steam gauge overhaul for the Baron or Bonanza, that'll give you a 20% discount, so you can go ahead and grab them. But yes, the Baron Professional and the Bonanza Professional. The Bonanza, an aircraft that we've seen all the time in Microsoft Flight Sim. 3 different variants of it. We have our normally aspirated, we have a turbocharged, and then we have a very unique turboprop variant where they chucked in a Pratt & Whitney PT6A engine, and it's absolutely nuts. Greta wouldn't be terribly happy about that situation because the fuel efficiency is, well, not. Right. When we look at the Baron, again, standard Baron, then we also have a turbocharged, and then we have a pressurized, the Baron 58P. And just beautiful aircraft, and they feature everything that you would come to expect from Black Square in relation to the depth of systems, environmental controls, failures are all there. They sound great, they look great, they fly great. These are excellent, excellent aircraft. So they released yesterday, and they're compatible with both 2020 and 2024. Just Flight have these aircraft. They're starting to make their way onto other stores now. So check your previous purchase for a discount for it. But this is a major step forward for Black Square's popular line from the analog series of aircraft, with Nick having to update them from the ground up, including providing a brand new model to the aircraft, the actual aircraft model. And we know that he's working on more in the background, and it's great to see these out now. These aircraft, I think, are going to be flown an awful lot for quite some time to come, because the Baron and the Bonanza particularly, your single engine, but when you can, consider the Dukes and how good the Dukes are, these are every bit as good as the Dukes, that sort of level. And they've also seen some enhancements as well. So they've now been released. We're going to be flying in the Baron on Friday night. For anyone who'd like to go flying, that's on Friday night. And we've flown the Bonanza quite a bit. I do like the Bonanza. I'm a huge fan of the turbocharged variant of it, and also the turboprop. They just sound great. They're wonderful, wonderful aircraft. And we're going to be flying the Baron now properly on Friday night, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on. But the aircraft, as I say, they're high fidelity. There's a lot of studying to learn about all the systems and the characteristics of the aircraft. So it's very, very good. Will the Black Square planes ever come to the marketplace? They hope it will. They absolutely hope it will. But at the moment, no. There's no sign of it just yet, but of course they would love these to get onto the marketplace. So they're available now. In the meantime, Coronado have teased one of Beechcraft's business jet lineups, that of the 390 Premier IA. Ooh, this is a beautiful little plane, very similar to that of kind of the Phenom neck of the woods, right? Coronado released announced its next aircraft for flights in 2024. This time, the developer is moving into the business jet territory. In a post shared over on social media, Coronado revealed that the Beech 390 Premier is coming soon to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, accompanied by a single promotional image showing the sleek light jet in flight. Now, we all know the crack with Coronado. Their aircraft modelling, they look incredibly good. Systems, that's when you start scratching your head. But the focus from Coronado over the last few releases, well, they're diving in a little bit more when it comes to features of the aircraft. There's a bit of physics at play. There's, gyro physics at play, and all sorts of immersive effects, especially with like the main panel shaking on startup. They're moving in the right direction. This is an aircraft I'd be interested to see how it goes, considering the Pilatus PC-24 that was in, the base or whatever version of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. That thing was just like, we all loved it because it looked great, but it was, you couldn't fly it, and it's still not great. This would be interesting because I've no idea in terms of the avionics. We'll try and find out here. The Premier is a composite light business jet, originally built by Beechcraft in the early 2000s, known for the carbon fibre fuselage and spacious cabin. The aircraft powered by two Williams FJ44 engines and typically cruises around 450 knots with a range of about 1,250 nautical miles. Coronado teaser confirms that the aircraft is in development with no further details provided. We don't know the pricing, the feature set, or even the release timeline. The new project continues what has been a notably active year for Coronado, and the developer appears focused on bringing much of its legacy aircraft into 2024. And anyone who may not be 100% aware of Coronado, they have one of the most extensive portfolios of aircraft. Lots of them, of all various degrees. Their B-1900, one of my favourites, a Beechcraft B-1900, mad looking thing. And they have a number of other aircraft that were very good as well. So great to see, right? Good to see. Even more, if anything on Just Flight's Tornado, tell us nothing yet. No, they are working on it, but Just Flight's main development right now is on the F70, F100. They've just released their update for the F28. We're going to be flying that tomorrow. But yeah, it's very much work in progress, as is most of the Just Flight things. They're flat out with development. They've several projects on the go. Fly and dive simulations. He's released the paramotor. Just to give another shout on a plug because it's something very unique. We had a quick blast of this a couple of weeks ago. So the paramotor, very unique experience in flight sim. And basically a dude with a big fan strapped to your back and a parachute. But there's more than that because it was developed based on the experience of over 20 years of paramotor flying. So there's quite a good bit going on with that. So fly and dive simulations. We've all seen fly and dive here in our chat, right? Mark Deszek, I think it is, or Deszek, previously released several freeware aircraft, including that of the Grumman the Duck and also the Smog Stole. This one marks the first payware release for fly and dive. So pretty cool. It is very unique. You can pick it up over on their website for $9.99. It's great in VR. It's phenomenal crack in VR, and it's just an interesting machine, and it's available now. So, Virtual Call, they've released a Dash 8 for Microsoft Flight Sim. Years of silence. Virtual Call have finally released their long-promised de Havilland Dash 8 100 from Microsoft Flight Sim. And the aircraft is now exclusively available through the InSim marketplace for $12.49. Marking the end of a project first hinted all the way back in 2020. Now, you might say the price. Well, the Dash 8, one of the more recognisable regional turboprops ever built, Virtual Call's attempt to bring it into Microsoft Flight Sim will likely interest simmers who have been waiting to fly one on the simulator. Still, expectations should probably be kept modest. The developer's previous projects were quite basic, the likes of the CRJ200 and their Airbus A220, prioritising a low price over system depth or high fidelity modelling, and there's little to suggest that this release breaks from that pattern. According to the developer, this version represents the Dash 8 100, a variant and features analog instrument paired with a digital PFD and MFD setup. The developer says it includes an FMS based on the version used in the later Dash 8 models, and there's also a tablet utility for door operations, crew voices, and also the assisted engine starts. The developer is upfront that it's not a study-level aircraft. In the marketplace description, the team states that they've worked as accurately as possible to replicate the real model, but simmers shouldn't expect the level of detail seen in more advanced simulations. Navigraph and SimBrief integration are not yet supported, however, they do want them included in a later update. The package includes 16 liveries covering operators such as Air Canada, Air Inuit, and so on. And a free update later this year is expected to add more paints, including that from American Eagle, Delta, and Horizon. For now, the Dash 8 is available only for Flight Sim 2020, and the Vertical lists it as compatible with 2024. There's also plans for a Q2 and Q300 variant, with the developer tentatively schedules for December 2025 and January 2026. At $12.49, the Dash 8 is clearly positioned as a budget-friendly way to experience a classic regional airliner in Microsoft Flight Sim. Whether it delivers an experience that satisfies long-time Dash enthusiasts, well, that's another matter. Many simmers will likely prefer to wait for Majestic's Dash 8, currently in development since 1927, and expected to offer a lot more in terms of comprehensive simulation and systems. There's a video here. We'll have a little look, will we? Oh, Jesus, that's 30 minutes. Video tutorial user manual. Well, this could be interesting for us to kind of have a gawk and see what it's all about. Have we sounds?
Aircraft on difficult to access runways in the world.
Ah, sure, it's Nigel. You know.
By Virtual Call.
We'll have a look at this for a second.
Many of the aircraft's characteristics, allowing for an experience close to, but not identical to, the real thing.
Right.
Let's look at the cockpit. Above the overhead, in front of the panel desk and the autopilot, in the center the pedestal, and on the side some panel light controls and the utility tablet. In our model, we have 3 ways to proceed with energization, flight planning, and engine startup. First, by following the included checklist, which is very detailed but may require additional information that we'll provide here. Second, you can select from the table to either leave the aircraft ready for automatic startup or keep it with the engines running.
Well,
Or finally, you can do it
Right, let's
yourself
skip on.
using
Right,
the
up the hill.
We still suggest removing the warning so the points are automatically linked.
What about engine start? Do we have an engine start? Right now, oh, we do. Right, engine sounds. So, like, here's the thing, right? Its price point, it's $12.49, right? However, like, whatever about presentation and like, you know, you got to start somewhere. We get that. What I'm saying here, though, on the overview video, if you have a look down on the center console, have a look at the two outer gauges on the bottom row. Because now, see them flickering around. Look. So whatever behavior that is, I suppose
configured the autopilot to take control as shown here.
13,000 feet.
That's just very loud and weird. What are your thoughts on this, lads? Like, for a release, I mean, you know, visually you're getting what looks like is a Dash 8, right? Which is it's very welcomed in the sim. But the systems, well, not so much. You know, they're going to be lacking in some areas, but there's still a fair bit of work gone into it. And the developer is aiming, like, you know, he's aiming for that entry level kind of $12.49. That's cheap and cheerful. And, you know, 100% he's not trying to say it's anything that it isn't. Like, is there a market for that? It definitely looks like $10. Understandable, at least it doesn't have... Wait, what? At least it doesn't have anthropomorphic cat dramas. There you go. Av Angel said there's none better. But it isn't good. There you go. It isn't good, she says. Greetings from Phoenix. Good to see you, Andrew. Question, has anyone tried flying in Patagonia? Fantastic scenery, especially with Rex Atmos. Yeah, Patagonia is awesome, dude. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know, lads. It's Vertical have released aircraft over the years that I haven't been a fan of them. It's just like, you know, there's issues with kind of textures and sounds and glitches and weirdness, and that kind of follows into this as well. I don't know, like... When you see what's available for free versus then this, it's, I don't know, like, is there a market for this? Do you think? I reckon there is. You know, I think people who don't necessarily want to get into the nitty gritty, they just want to fly something that looks cool and, you know, they can kind of take it from there, you know? I think the way flight simulation has gone in the last couple of years, I mean, we're expecting bigger, better, greater, more depth, better sound. Like, we're expecting everything to get better, right? But there is a market out there, perhaps, who don't want this, who don't want to have an aircraft add-on that is, you know, they got to sit down and study the thing. You know what I mean? But I think what will be helpful, and I don't want to say arcade mode, but like if there was somewhere on the marketplace, for instance, that could categorize different types of aircraft to say, well, look, these aircraft fall under this category because they're purely entertainment, purely, right? And their pricing would usually, you know, respond to that, right? M Scenery, for example. Yeah, these are for, you know, like arcade mode, let's call it. And then you move kind of to the next category and the next category. I think that'd be a helpful thing in the marketplace because clearly they're not going to get rid of anyone for some of the crap that's on there. So I think it'd be better if they could categorize them so people now know, listen, these are low entry, low fidelity, and like you want to say it in such a way that you're not saying, you know, they're crap, because what's crap to you might be very good to someone else and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Categories like that would be great. I think so. Murph, the YS11 is about the same price and 200% better. Yeah, no, I agree. Like it's for that. If you're charging, this is where if you're charging for a product, you know, just because you say it's not study level and it's not this and it's only supposed to be for a bit of fun and whatnot, yeah, but that's grand. But I don't know, you know. Crap, still crap, mid, okay, good, great, expensive. Yeah, no, that's Cold Nemo, that's the thing. Not everyone wants study level, and that's what I get. I totally understand that, you know. Yeah, I think it's an interesting discussion. I think it'd be good for the marketplace to inform people, you know. At least it does have a cockpit. It does have a cockpit, and like, to be fair, right, I mean, it looks all right. You know, I mean, it's not at what we'd expect in Flight Sim 2024 or 2020 for that matter, but it's up there, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. More fair play to the developer for doing it. Like, what I do respect them on this is, well, they're telling you, you know, they're not trying to hide it. They're telling you, listen, this is not high fidelity. You're not going to get the same experience on this. Like that picture there with some of the textures is just like, ugh, that's P3D neck of the woods without the fidelity. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, that's now available if anyone wants to grab it. Moving on to something completely different, Builds have updated their A340. The second major update for their A340, addressing a wide range of systems, art, EFB, and sound improvements. The update delivers a wide range of improvements spanning from the flight management system, displays, formatting, system logic, resulting in greater reliability and accuracy across the cockpit. Highlights include corrected Direct-2 and FMGS behaviour, refined display alignment between both the EIS and also the enhanced MACD systems, and also the EFB offers smoother turnaround operations and more consistent chart handling. Full changelog below. All fixes, look. That's quite impressive, isn't it? These are all fixes on the A340. And I've flown the A340 twice now on VATSIM on our Thursday flights, and I enjoy that airplane, man. There's something about the A340. It's just, yes, you know, I really like this plane, and it's great now to see all of these fixes. This update fixes, everything is fixes, and then they've added in, you know, more noise to the cargo hold. They've added noise when the ACU is connected, added sound for 10. For the 10,000 knob, some visor sounds, rain sounds, improved the overall engine sounds, increased default internal engine sounds. Like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, if you have the A340, make sure you update that through the marketplace. And version 1.02 update exclusively via the InSim marketplace. And if you haven't got the A340, and you like these airliners, in particular, they do the cargo, the Praetor version, right, which used to be a passenger converted to a freighter. This is a really good airplane. I really enjoy flying this, and I prefer this over the A350. The A350 is all modern and beautiful and everything else. I just prefer I like the dials. I like those screens. It's a nicer machine to me, you know. And of course, there's cargo operations as well. So great update there from Builds. Now moving over, the OBY1 releasing the EuroFly TwinFox activity bundle for Flight Sim 2020. We're going to be looking at this aircraft today. The expansion includes a faithful reproduced rendition of the EuroFly headquarters airstrip. That's a training mission. Hello, young fella. How are things? You're running, or is it cold? Cold. There's a scenic tour, 3 landing challenges, and 2 discovery flights. Airstrips featured in the landing challenges have also been improved or recreated, while missions feature storytelling, character dialogues, and wildlife to look at. Each mission is aimed at boosting pilots' proficiency and enjoyment with the TwinFox aircraft. Now, the TwinFox, the aircraft, it's a 2-seater open-air ultralight aircraft focused on stall performance, excellent visibility, and ease of handling. The TwinFox was developed in collaboration with its real-life manufacturer EuroFly in an effort to bring a study-level ultralight to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The activity bundle is available exclusively from the marketplace for $8.99, and the aircraft is available through the marketplace for $19.99, and then you can get the bundle together. So as I said, we're going to be flying this on 2020 and 2024, just to give you an idea of it. It's a beautiful looking machine. It's a cool looking machine, and yeah, it's something different, as I say, because it's more than just the aircraft. They're bringing in training, bus trips, discovery flights, and landing challenges all into the thing. I like that. It's a great way to kind of introduce you into aircraft add-ons, you know. Now, speaking of aircraft add-ons, Cow and Sim have updated their Sikorsky S76 for both sims. The update, already been approved from Microsoft, should be available to customers hopefully this week. It comes approximately 2 months after they debuted the aircraft, its new flagship helicopter, and the new update features key refinements to the autopilot and stability system. SAS stabilization was retuned, force trim compensation has been fixed, force trim release, and so on and so forth. Cyclic trim failure will now cause the autopilot to revert to SAS mode. The EFA system also received new fixes. AFCS indicators should now actuate positions are opposed. Read that in English, Murph. The indicators now show actuator positions as opposed to trim. There we go. ADF and LNAV pointers, nav ident functions, and the rest. Epic Fool is here. Good to see you, buddy. George says, when is a good point to start advanced mode on air? As in how many credits? You can start on 0 credits with advanced mode. The idea of using the other worlds, George, is just to give you a bit of experience to learn what on air offers you without kind of jumping into the deep end, realizing I've made a mistake, I now can't progress, I need to, start again. That's, I'd recommend staying in the first world, stay in there for as long as possible, just to give you an idea of how all of the systems work. And there's a lot of systems, lots of systems, So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, the update for the S-76, it's a cool helicopter, this, and the sounds were awesome. And I'm looking forward now to seeing the update, because strictly speaking, it's a 2020 aircraft, but it's compatible in 2024. So this is something I've yet to properly fly on stream. I've brought it for a couple of spins. It is very nice. It just so happened it came out with another very good helicopter, the MH60 from Miltech. So yeah. But good stuff here from Cowan Simulations. They've been busy in the background. They've updated pretty much all of their fleet as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Sound check, rotor tip lights check, speed check. It's a cool machine. It's a cool machine. So Parallel 42 have brought Cheat River Island into Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 natively. Originally created for 2020, Cheat River Island has been completely re-engineered to make it native to Flight Sim 24. That means better performance, richer environmental effects, and tighter integration with the SimWorld simulation. Set in the mountains of West Virginia, the aircraft is located on a small island along Cheat River, and it offers a truly unique challenge for short field and stall pilots alike. As with other Parallel 42 destinations, the team have focused on bringing the area to life beyond the runway. Expect to find detailed vegetation, handcrafted 3D objects, and plenty of hidden details scattered throughout the island. Wildlife roam the surroundings, campers gather by the water, and there are even ATV trails and a working zip line for those who love to explore from ground level. Parallel 42, when they build sceneries, and it is something, they're really good at this. It's not just a carbon copy of a scenery. They try to create the vibe, the whole experience, the environment of a scenery, and they really do stand out. So this is looking pretty cool. And it's available now for Flight Sim 2024. The airstrip itself, 1,700 footer, and steep approaches on either side. Parallel 42 say the location has been tuned to take advantage of the latest sim tech, including improved lighting, terrain fidelity, and dynamic world elements. Parallel 42 also teasing some integration with SayIntentions to change the way you fly at Cheat River Island. We'll be sure to keep any more developing news on that. You can pick up this scenery right now over on the Parallel 42 store, priced at 12 Great British pounds, including tax. But if you own the 2020 version, well, it's a $2 update or upgrade using the code 24cheats at checkout. Obviously, you need to be logged into your account for that code to work. So for $2, you're upgrading your scenery to your 2024 version. Real Deal says Sim Update 4 is looking real good. People are loving it. Ooh, I've heard all about it. Right, moving on. Miltech Simulations have shared their October development update, and development update to the community addressing the status of several projects, including the MH60, the Sky Raider, Mission Hub, the U2, and also the CH-53. Electro Mauve, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. So work continues on version 1.03 update, which is due sometime in the next few weeks for the MH60. Highlights in the forthcoming update include an APU logic overhaul to resolve intermittent issues, flight model and SAS improvement, logic refinements, new keybind support, optimize MIP mapping for 2024, realistic INS alignment, a map gauge crash fix, and also revised cockpit lighting, pop-out gauge support, manual trim, and enhanced speed control. I wonder how they're doing that with the sounds. Livery Pack 1 for the MH60 also being prepped for final release. Finalised livery lineup was included, which we can view there. What have we got here? Where is this now? Mission Hub. Ooh, that's a Skyraider. We'll have a look at that now in a second. Do you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the liveries. No, it doesn't have it. All right, we'll get into that now in a second. Regarding the UH-60, Miltech didn't have any updates on that. Now, Mission Hub updates. Xbox testing for the Mission Hub is in its final stages. 2020 version of Mission Hub has already been approved for release, and the 2024 version needs a few final tweaks. On the next viable release window, probably this week, Miltech will launch Mission Hub for Flight Sim 2020 on PC and Xbox. Ooh! For Flight Sim 24, Mission Hub will be available for PC only. According to Miltech, several reliability issues on the 24 platform are preventing them from releasing it to Xbox users. They confirmed Microsoft is looking into the issue, but it didn't provide an ETA for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 Xbox users. That's a bit of a kick. Work on the next major Mission Hub update continues, bringing a long list of improvements and new features. These include sling load enhancements, extended object texts, new map tools, image objects, new search and rescue scenarios, along with new sling nodes and new sim objects like fire trucks, ambulance, snowcats, limousines, Humvees, pickups, and fast patrol crafts. Miltech announced that they're also working closely with the Mission Builder app, which will add cloud-based mission sharing, which will give users the ability to share missions online and even send them directly from their, hub to hub. That'll be awesome, right? Because I know that Epic Fool is doing a lot of stuff with Mission Hub. Jay Winokur is doing a lot of cool stuff with Mission Hub. So yeah, I think once we get to the stage that we can start sharing these, I think it's going to be class. Any of you guys using the Miltech Mission Hub? Miltech Skyraider, in partnership with Blackbird, has entered beta testing. The aircraft is feature complete in 2020 and fully converted to the modular 2024 framework. The package will include several distinct fuselage variants, including the A1H, AD3W, AEW1, and so on. And each variant is livery dependent, so when a livery is selected, the sim will automatically load the corresponding fuselage. While the differences in fuselage variants purely cosmetic, Miltech claims that they add a lot of visual variety to the Skyraider. They expect pricing to land in the US mid-$20 range and will cover all the included variants for the aircraft. It's also going to be fully compatible with Xbox and PC for both platforms 2020 and 24. They also anticipate a smoother release process on Marketplace this time round. To complement the launch of Skyraider, Miltech have been developing a series of Korea and Vietnam era aircraft carriers, beginning with the USS Intrepid. Ooh. These carriers will be available as fully usable assets in both Super Carrier Pro and also the Mission Hub. That's pretty cool. Epic says Mission Hub is class. Looking for a capsized boat in the dark is not class. That's the kind of stuff you can do with it. Irby says, I tried using it, but it's confusing. Quokka is here, good to see you. So, lads, we could do this on an upcoming stream? Maybe on a Wednesday night, we can jump into Mission Hub and maybe spend a bit of time doing tutorial stuff. Would that be of benefit? Would you be interested? Maybe we can get Epic to jump on Jay Winokur. We can go through Mission Hub and see, can we start creating some basic missions using it? It's quick to pick up. You can do some stuff out of the box. It's a little bit more difficult to really expand what you can do in it. But you'd be happy with that. Okay, well, let me plan that into a future stream, and I'll reach out to Epic. Well, Epic's in the chat. Epic Foley, around some Wednesday we'll do this. But the Mission Hub, it's absolutely brilliant what it is. It gives you the tools to create your own scenario inside your sim. For example, if you want to go you start at an airport and you want to go off and you want to check, maybe there's a search and rescue mission, maybe there's tactical missions. They have a whole load of options on what you can do. You know what I mean? I have the Mission Hub. I've never used it, says Jace. There we go. Good morning, Vietnam, says Skyraider, my favorite of the Vietnam era. Yeah, Skyraider's cool. Just need a few hours notice so I can buy chocolates to apologize to the missus. Mind yourself, Epic. I'll give you a note as well. But yeah, I think that'd be cool, because it's funny, right? When add-ons kind of come out, and we'll touch on this now in a bit, when add-ons get released by developers and they don't necessarily hold our hand, people tend to shy away from using it. Yeah, it's nice and all, but I haven't a clue how to use it. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely have a look at that. Now, on other bits and pieces, there's a Skyraider there. It's a freaking beautiful looking machine, isn't it? Beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, the U2 spy plane updates. this is still very much in development, covering both the S digital and the R analog cockpit variants. Missions for the U2 will be available through the Mission Hub as well. Number of previews were included, showcasing work in progress version of the digital avionics. And we can see some of the other bits and bobs of the aircraft. This will give you an idea of the U2 avionics suite. Right? Pretty cool looking. And, you know, speed, that's Mach. And then altitude, he's at like 69,000 feet. Is that right? Bloody hell. Incredible aircraft. No ETA yet, though. No ETA yet, right? I did a scale model of the A1 Skyraider when I was a kid. No way. These are pictures of some of the assets, as we said, that are going to be made available to the Mission Hub, right? Pretty cool looking. And like, we're getting to the stage now where you're almost going to be like, do you remember Camp Out? Who uses Parallel 42's Camp Out? Great stuff. We're kind of moving in that direction when it comes to like the Mission Hub as well, you know? We're still no swimmer in the water though. Oh, really? The CH-53 has also received some news being worked on. A preview photos highlighting modelling progress of this helicopter started off with the main rotor. The developer stated the modular system allows them to bring high levels of detail in Flight Sim 2024. It also allows them to design configurable cabin layouts for different variants. At present, Miltech is focusing on the CH-53E and the MH-53E. That's what they're working on. Grizzle, welcome in. My dude, welcome aboard, guys. You're very welcome to this week's Flight Sim News. We're just chatting here at the moment about Miltech and the updates that they're doing with their Mission Hub, the MH60, their upcoming Skyraider, the U2, and now the CH-53. Hello there. And you're very welcome in. I have to introduce myself. Hope you had an awesome stream, buddy. And guys, you're very welcome aboard. Let me see now. Notice, thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Check out the size of the friggin' rotors on this, look. Bloody hell. Right? Yeah, but they're small or far away, right? Rams is here. Rams, good to see you, buddy. It was a delight tonight. Did you break anything? So these are some of the early renders that Miltech are working on for the CH-53. It looks pretty cool. And like this idea of having different interiors. I'm really excited about this aircraft because it's the CH-53, it's massive, right? For further upcoming aircraft like the CH-53 and the UH-60, dual platform support is unclear at this time, right? They are committed to bringing the Skyraider to both 2020 and 2024. I would say I would imagine CH-53 and UH-60 might be just on the 2024 side, especially when they talk about using all this modular stuff in the sim. You know what I mean? BH Hassan, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. He broke the runway in Nassau. Brilliant. nothing. Heathrow is safe. Yes, I could have sworn I heard a bang. I thought that was outside. Jesus. First helo I ever flew back in the early 70s. It was amazing to ride in the jump seat. Yeah, man. The CH, like, it's massive. Have you ever seen like this thing in the flesh? In the flesh. They are a big ass chopper, man. Big ass chopper. Massive. They're just, and they're cool looking as well. So that's what Miltech are working on next, you know? So listen now. You listen now. Brilliant. So great news there from Miltech for their October dev update. Moving on now, Tropical Sim have released St. Lucia for Microsoft Flight Sim. And Lucia Hewanora International Airport has been released. Tango Lima, Papa Lima. It's the larger of the two airports on the island of St. Lucia, or Lucia, right? Located on the south or the southern coast, 33 miles from the capital. The airport is served by Air Canada, American Airlines, British Airways, Delta, JetBlue, United Airlines, and also WestJet. Tropical Sims rendition features detailed representation of the airport, high definition PBR texturing modeling, terminal interior, custom dynamic lightings, and on and on. It's available over on Sim Market, price at $17.52. Ooh. Did we fly over this the other day? I think we did on our journey, didn't we? They definitely. Oh wait, they are the definition of beating the air into submission. CH-53, yes. There's one in Duxford. Is there one in Duxford? I didn't. No, they've links and all that in Duxford. I didn't see a CH-53. Mr. Reddit, am I a pilot? No. Well, I'm a sim pilot. I have flown real aircraft, but nothing that I can kind of write home about. You know. I started me PPL before COVID, and then COVID came, and I was like, you know. So I've done like ground school courses and stuff, but no, I don't crack on for a second that I do real world flying. You know. Chris Van Halen, good evening, buddy. Hope you're well. No, it's at Cosford. It's at Cosford. Okay. Now we're going to be checking out this one tonight as well. Burning Blue Designs. They've mapped out every solar farm across the UK and Ireland for the sim. And why I think this is pretty cool, for VF4 flying, solar farms are becoming some of the best visual reference points because they're very easy to spot. Very easy to spot from the air. And they're also, they can be a hazard as well if the sun is shining on them, right? I mean, I remember even flying my neck of the woods, and like a barn way out the way was a visual reference point, and you knew that the barn, you could see the barn because the sun would bounce off it. You had this shining object, miles away ahead of you. The flight instructor says, "Do you see the barn?" "I do." "You head for that." "All right." Do you know, solar farms, very, very easy to spot. They're either going to be shocking bright or shocking dark across, your landscape. You know what I mean? Is the one, I don't know, Epic. I'll need to check it out. We're gonna have a look at this here now tonight. The work has always celebrated the small details that British aviation has. Burning Blue. So we've always seen this work. These lads are, I love what Burning Blue Designs do. They made a phenomenal VOR scenery. They mapped out all the VOR stations in the UK, built the VOR stations, and you can travel to them as class. But this time, taking a very different flight path. Instead of perfecting other airports, well, they've mapped out solar farms across the UK and Ireland, resulting in a scenery package that turns an often overlooked part of the modern landscape into a surprisingly important navigation tool. The new solar farms package adds more than 1,700 accurately placed solar farms across England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and the Republic. Each one is based on real world data. For anyone who flies VF4, this sort of thing is pure gold. Solar farms have become genuine navigation references in the real world, joining wind turbines and roundabouts as landmarks pilots use to check their position. Spotting one shimmering in the sunlight, matching it to your chart, and realising it lines up perfectly can feel very satisfying. And as I said, it's a modern thing that we see these now in the real world, right? According to Burning Blue Design, the project covers about 210 square kilometres of custom scenery. That's roughly the size of Dublin. The developer uses full PPR texturing to make panels react realistically to light and weather, and each site includes detailed models for panels, inverters, and even the substations are included. Performance-wise, there are 3 levels of detail for every site to keep frame rates in check. The results should feel lightweight enough for most systems. So we're going to have a look at this here now in a moment, because I'm excited about this. It's pretty cool. Schultz is here. Good to see you. Interesting aviation-related event due to solar farms. A nearby solar farm has caused Schiphol Airport to implement temporary runway closures due to glare impacting safety for pilots. That's the worry you have when they put these near airports, right? And you want to see, there are some airports in the world. Jesus, look at that. There are some airports in the world that have these literally beside the runway. Nuts, right? Like, you'll see pictures of it here and you're thinking, that's not right. It's only when you look at it. There's pictures here, look. I mean, they literally put them beside the runways. How that is safe, I couldn't tell you, because you no longer even have a runoff area. Look at that, look. So, I don't know. There's a huge planning application gone in for a massive solar farm near me. Yeah. Solar technology is huge now. Greta approves, absolutely. You know, but I mean, that's kind of mad. I mean, you should get off the runway there. You're going to make absolute the place. You know what I mean? So yeah, interesting stuff. But we're going to check this one out, as I said, in a few moments. Now, I saw this, haven't tried it. Tired of stutters in Microsoft Flight Sim? There's a free AI app that might be a solution. Ooh. Smooth flights in Microsoft Flight Sim are sometimes a bit of a gamble. You might choose an aircraft or an airport to depart from or land, and it ends up being more demanding on your computer, or fly over an area that puts extra strain on your CPU and GPU, or as Grizzle will say, was the reason for his landing into Heathrow, right? What was otherwise smooth sailing suddenly becomes a stuttering mess. Worse still, just when you're about to reach the grand finale, only feet away from touching down, the sim begins to stutter. The perfectly planned approach turns into an absolute disaster. Despite the continuous efforts from Microsoft Flight Sim and third-party developers to optimize their side of things, well, third-party utilities like Auto FPS have helped automate the balancing act by dynamically changing terrain LOD to maintain a target frame rate. Now there's a new tool in town and it's called AeroTune MFS. This aims to take that concept a step further. Using AI, artificial intelligence, real-time system telemetry, and flight-aware logic that adapts your graphics settings based on both what your hardware is doing and where you are in the sky. Developed by Darren Edwards, AeroTune MFS runs as a lightweight companion app for both 2020 and 2024, continuously tuning performance-heavy parameters like terrain LOD, object LOD, cloud quality, and shadows. The idea is simple. Instead of constantly opening the settings menu or restarting the sim to find the right balance, AeroTune MFS does it all in the background while you focus on flying. AI-based performance. Unlike Auto FPS, AeroTune MFS doesn't try to chase a specific frame rate. Instead, it uses live telemetry and optional machine learning models to make small, real-time adjustments that respond to what's actually helping or are happening in your system and in the sim. During demanding situations like taxiing around a large airport or flying through dense weather, the app can automatically lower LOD or other visual parameters to prevent stutters or memory spikes. Once airborne, it can restore higher settings for improved image quality, even offering high altitude LOD boost, which enhances terrain clarity. A built-in VRAM guardrail system ensures stability by limiting adjustments in the graphics memory if it's running hot, while an emergency handling layer temporarily reduces detail to prevent crashes or severe frame drops. Users can also switch between machine learning stutter predictor and a simple statistical model depending on their preference for responsiveness, right? Island Sim Pilot did a full video on this. It goes on for about 10 or 15 minutes, but he goes through basically what the app does and how it works and so on. AeroTune connects to Microsoft Flight Sim. It's using SimConnect, allowing it to detect takeoff, cruise, landing, and all the jazz. It also includes a calibration wizard and quick runs that can automatically test and apply these changes. And for monitoring, the app offers a small tray interface and optional on-screen overlay so you can see what's happening. It's easy to recognize some overlap here with Auto FPS, which we've covered in the past as a simple and effective tool for dynamically adjusting Microsoft Flight Sim's LOD to hold a chosen frame rate. Both utilities share the same goal, better stability, but they differ in their approach. Cornwolf, thank you very much. 30 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Mr. TPHI says, I've seen a few videos on this program, but they're all running at 1080. I wish a lot of these reviewers would run 4K. Yeah. I'm using AeroTune MFS and it's working quite well, says Airlock. In areas I know are horrendous, I can deal with it now. Better for me than Auto FPS. Sweet, so you are using it. Awesome. It's worth noting that the airport shown in the solar panels add-on is RAF Karlsruhe. Oh, it's a closed airfield. Thank you, Epic. Makes sense. But anyway, it's available right now. It's free and it supports both Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. You can pick it up from flightsim.to or you can pick it up from their website. I give the link to flightsim.to. It's for free, lads. Do you want to give it a blast and see what happens? I shall share the gadget with you there in the chat. Look. So it's in the chat if you want to grab it and see what it's all about. But reading down through it, there's, where is this now? Works a little bit differently. You won't see LOD values changing inside the sim. Is the program compatible? There's plenty of questions here over on flightsim.to. So it might be worth a shot. Give it a blast and let me know how you get on with it, Now, we were mentioning this earlier about, if developers release an add-on and you're like, well, how the hell does this work? Well, A2A have kind of copped onto this and they said, right, hang on a second. A lot of people don't understand the autopilot fitted in the Aerostar, right? They just don't get it. They're like, what's the story with the Century 4? I haven't a clue how it works. Well, they've changed that now because they've just released a video explaining how the devil works. Ooh. The video presented by Michael Kay from A2A. It offers a full walkthrough of the Century 4 autopilot system featured in the Aerostar, explaining how it operates, its available modes, and some of the lesser known capabilities. Michael, who is responsible for much of the avionics in A2A's fleet, also provides valuable insight into how the team recreated this system within Microsoft Flight Sim. And according to A2A, the Aerostar's autopilot is a fully custom simulation that doesn't rely on the default Microsoft Flight Sim SDK autopilot logic. Instead, they've built their own from the ground up, something that A2A do quite a lot. The Sentry 4 is a real autopilot design from the late 1970s. Despite its age, it is a capable device that supports modes such as heading, nav, approach, reverse, and altitude hold. The system also supports GPS steering, which allows it to follow modern GPS flight plans via an integrated switch on the panel, GPSS. So there's a video here from A2A. It's a half an hour, but just to give you a flavour of it.
Avionics in A2A airplanes.
We'll give you a taste of it.
This is an overview of the autopilot in our Piper Aerostar 600, demonstrating how to use it and also some of its less known features. First, a little disclaimer. I'm from Poland, and if you find my English hard to understand, you can enable subtitles for this video.
Hello there.
Or you can read the aircraft manual, which also covers the things explained here. And if you really like manuals, you will also find the links to real avionics documentation in our manual for further reading. Back to video.
Right, so you're basically going to get an overview of how this unit works. Do you know what I mean? Aviation Live, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. So it's a full video brought to us from A2A, and they're explaining how this Sentry 4 autopilot works. So if you have the Aerostar and you're scratching your head wondering how does this thing actually work, well, you can check it out over on the A2A website. They'll explain how it works. It's actually a very good bit of kit. And if you learn it, you're like, wait, yeah, oh yeah, do you know? So moving over to a small bit of X-Plane news, Airfoil Labs have shared progress on their upcoming 737 MAX project. They shared a new development update for the forthcoming 737 MAX for X-Plane 12. Starting off with the engine tuning, the team reports they've made significant progress thanks to the new data from real-world pilots. Importantly, performance as a function of Mach altitude and airspeed has also been dialed in. Acceleration and deceleration of engine RPM have also been retuned. EEC logic and associated failure modes have been completed, and final calculations for N1-driven autothrottle modes are also complete. The flight model also received a number of improvements. Airfoils and wings have been returned to for precise performance across altitude, weight, attitude, and speed relationships in the effort to reflect clean aircraft performance in climb, cruise, and descent. The FMS progress occupied the largest portion of the dev update. Climb profiles like econ, max rate, max angle, and RTA are all computed now using the VNAV CLB mode. This includes acceleration segments and speed schedules from liftoff through to clean up and top of climb. According to the developer, this mirrors the FMC CLB logic of the real aircraft, right? Merv, there's been some previews of the Gazelle on the Fly Inside Discord. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I've been waiting for that. They announced it at friggin' Expo, and then they're like, oh no, we made a mistake. Do you know, I'll have a look there, Energizer. Good to see you, buddy. For anyone who's not fully aware, this upcoming aircraft from Airfoil Labs for X-Plane. Now, X-Plane, we've a fair share of very high fidelity Boeing 737s. In particular, you know, Zebo mod and so on, right? This one, though, this is just showing you some of the effects from the windscreen wipers, the rain. But this aircraft is very much aiming to be a high fidelity, study level simulation of a Boeing 737 MAX, and I think there's going to be a lot of interest for this, especially in X-Plane. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this project. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this. So we shall see how it all progresses. They're just showing you some of the modeling work here and the cockpit and how it all behaves, and it's pretty cool. Like there are advantages of the flight model that's available over on X-Plane. So some of the best aircraft add-ons in X-Plane were 737s. They were just excellent, you know. So good stuff there. No release date yet. We're still waiting to find out. The level up version also looking very promising. Version 2, yeah, 100% Roy. The level up 737, which includes the Dash 6, 7, 8, and 9 variant of the 737. And more importantly, it is free. It's freeware, which is incredible when you think about it, do you know? Now, Fly Inside website, let's go in and have a quick look there. Hang on there now. We have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see here now. Bom, 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 bom. Fly Inside. Now, if you're like me, you know, you're in Egypt, right? But this is Discord. But if I go into developers, and we go down now and we try and find Fly Inside, they're in here somewhere. Right now. Surely we have Fly Inside. There we go. Fly Inside. Gazelle. Yes. Ooh. Rotor Rick is showing off the Gazelle in 2024. That looks real nice, doesn't it? Can't wait to fly this machine. We got some more pictures over here. With the fancy cars coming in. Oh man, really looking forward to this. So yeah, no release date yet that I can see. The code has been changed and changed again. We have to revamp a ton of our features to work with the new versions of it and keep an eye on Sim Update 4. Simple fact, many of the features under 2024 will only work with a marketplace version, forces us to make everything function or they will not allow it to run on the marketplace. I believe this is geared towards Xbox as well as the new PlayStation 5. So yeah, take my money as right, Epic. A Gazelle? Come on. They're an awesome helicopter. They're old, but weren't these like referred to like the Ferrari of the helicopters? These are an awesome aircraft. And yeah, the Irish Air Corps operated two of these. The British had tons of them, lots and lots of them, you know. So yeah, looking forward to that. Right, moving on. Navigraph, the little video here we're going to have a look at. So we all know that Navigraph are working on their the Navigraph Academy, which is an upcoming free program that's going to be giving you what's called the virtual PPL, private pilot license, where Navigraph are going to take you from zero to hero and teach you everything that you need to know that'll make you a more competent pilot. You know, you'll understand the rules and regulations and, well, you're going to learn, right? So they have a video here because they're working on, you know, how they can actually monitor and track what you're going to be doing in the world of the gadget, right? Hang on now. Oh, Jesus, will you slow down? Go back here now. Hang on, wished. We'll play this video just to show. I'll keep it on the screen there and we'll just have a look at this, right? Turn up the volume.
We can now give you a score so that you can feel proud of your maneuver or you know what to improve on.
Hi, my name is Anton. I'm working at Navigraph as a developer. Right now, I'm implementing maneuver assessment for academic lessons. To assess maneuvers for every user flight, we need to collect data first. We are doing that with Simlink. Simlink provides us not only coordinates of the flight, but also a bunch of parameters such as altitude, g-force, bank angle, turn coordinations, and many others. First step, we are trying to divide the full flight path into different segments. On the second step, we filter out for every lesson maneuvers or flight segments we are interested in, and then assess according to our assessment tables.
Hi, my name is Albin. I've been working with flight analytics and the process of detecting maneuvers from the raw data from Simlink. Now when we have divided the flight into segments and maneuvers, we need to assess the maneuvers. So as base for our assessment, we look at the same parameters as we do when doing a check flight in real life. It really depends on what type of maneuver it is. For some maneuvers, we look at more advanced parameters. It could be like vertical speed and even how coordinated you are between the rudders and the aileron. If you, for example, were turning too quickly or too steep. With all of these maneuvers in place.
Right, so it's a video snippet of what they're working on. That ended quite abruptly. But anyway, it's to give you just a bit of insight into what Navigraph are doing here. So we know that they're working on the Navigraph Academy, right? And it was a question I was asking, was like, lads, how are you going to track the behavior of what we're doing in the sim using Simlink? And, well, the answer is, well, yes, we're using Simlink, and the guys here explained how they track everything from coordinated flight to positioning and all that jazz. But we also know that there is an updated Simlink on the way. When, we couldn't tell you, but we know they're working on it because we got to see it over at Flight Sim Expo earlier on this year. And I got to tell you, right, anyone who uses Navigraph, when you see your aircraft move and it does a little bit of a lag and delay and whatnot, this thing was butter smooth. It's like going from like an old GPS on your car to like modern GPS on your car. The response time, and it's just instant, right? This project, when this whole course opens up, we'll cover it in absolute detail. And Navigraph, they're cooking on many things in the background, which is great to see. I mean, they have a phenomenal product, right? It's more than just charts. But looking at the Pilot Academy or the Navigraph Academy, I'm very excited about this because it's free. It's going to be free for everyone to use, which is awesome. So I think with that taxi assistant stuff, that relies heavily on the SimLink update, Roy, because it needs that instantaneous movement and reaction on your screen. There can be no delays. So yeah, I'm hoping they get everything released before Christmas. That's my hope, you know. But I thought it was pretty cool. Now, in our last bit of news here this evening, SayIntentions, right? I'm a big fan. I use SayIntentions. They're part of the channel. They support the channel. Their prices are going up. I need to make you aware of this. Prices are going up. So subscribe or renew before the 1st of November to lock in your current price. Well, let's have a look. So the good news first. If you already have an active subscription, your price stays the same for as long as your subscription remains active. They're keeping their promise to take care of the loyal customers. Starting on November 1st, new subscriptions will be priced at $23.95 a month. That's up from $19.95. So it's $4 a month more. And annual plans will move to $239.95 per year. Anyone who signs up or reactivates before the 1st of November will be locked in to today's current rate, right? When they first launched in $19.95 per month, SayIntentions was focused almost entirely on very basic ATC functionality. Since then, well, they've grown into a full global ecosystem. IF4, VF4 traffic injection, cabin and crew voices, co-pilots, SkyOps, VATSIM and IVAO handoffs, CPDLC integration, PyReps, NODEMs, TF4s, checklists, pushback, and more. It's a different product entirely, vastly more powerful and immersive, and many more features coming soon, most of which will revolve around the core ATC offering. We know price changes are never ideal, and we don't take this lightly. We simply haven't seen the anticipated price drops from the AI compute and AI voice industries that so many have anticipated. To the contrary, the costs have actually increased sharply, especially with the massive growth in the use of traffic injection. This modest adjustment ensures that they can keep investing in performance, reliability, and innovation without compromise. Across the gaming and simulation world, everyone is facing similar headwinds. Xbox Game Pass, for example, recently increased prices by 50%. That followed a 17% rise the previous year, with no grandfathering. Now, what I mean by this is grandfathering is like to grandfather the old prices. They're giving you the chance, keep your current price now, right? SayIntentions say they'd rather make one modest, transparent change now than several abrupt ones later on. So, what's all this about? So they're telling us what they're doing, right? So I want to have a little discussion about this. I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about this announcement and what it means regarding SayIntentions and the price change. So the article is here, and I just wanted to add some kind of context to this and transparency of what's happening. Good or bad, like the product or don't like the product, I like what they're doing, or at least I like what they're doing. I like what they've done in terms of communicating this. Right, let me start. Back in January of this year, January 2025, SayIntentions actually reduced their monthly subscription plan. They were originally charging $29.95. They were $29.95 per month. And in January of this year, they reduced that down to $19.95. So their original charge was $29.95. They dropped it by $10 a month. So it's not a case of the prices are going up again from SayIntentions. In fact, the current increase is actually bringing the original subscription price back in line where it originally was, right? Reflecting the real-world cost of running and maintaining AI systems, which have increased across the industry. And that's where the problem lies. Prices are going up friggin' everywhere, right? The key part is, and it's something that I want to give SayIntentions credit for, current active subscribers won't see any price increase. And if you're not currently subscribed, well, they're giving you the chance to avail of that before the 1st of November. That means that you'll be grandfathered in at the lower price permanently, right? No one else does that. At least I don't know anyone who does that. Think about it, right? You know, Netflix, Disney, Spotify, whenever they increase prices, everyone has to pay more, no matter how long you've been subscribed for. SayIntentions, well, they're rewarding your loyalty by giving fair warning before the change, and that's something we don't often see, right? A behind the scenes insight from Brian. I was chatting to Brian a fair bit all about this and where it's going, right? And he was able to explain to me, he said, Murph, around 80 to 85% of the entire development and engineering time goes into their ATC and their traffic system, right? I mean, that is the backbone of the platform. That's where their vast time and energy goes to. That includes all the operational things, bug fixing, support, all of that's included. So when you look at everything else that SayIntentions are doing, checklists, for example, all the stuff with the real-world PIREP, CPDLC, traffic, temporary flight restrictions, holes, pocket sky, sky ops, all the extra stuff that they're doing. Well, it's being developed by what is essentially the remaining 15% of the team, which is quite staggering considering the amount of stuff that they've managed to knock out. Do you know what I mean? It's very impressive. So to be clear, right, I'm not here to, you know, oh, you need to have this or not have this. What I'm saying here is, here's a company, SayIntentions, who provide AI, ATC, and traffic injection, amongst other things. They're facing increased prices. They're telling us we need to up our prices. They're giving us the opportunity to keep our existing prices without having to pay more. I don't know who else offers that, right? Usually it's the other way around. New customers who sign up will give you a 10% discount. Usually it's the case that they sting loyal customers. SayIntentions are not doing that. They are rewarding the loyal customers. I just thought that was just a nice touch. You don't see this, lads. You don't see things like that anymore. You know what I mean? So I thought it was important to just to kind of, you know, this is what they're doing. And if people are saying, oh no, they keep putting the prices up, the fact of the matter is SayIntentions used to be $29.95. They changed that in January. They dropped it down to $19.95, and now from the 1st of November they're going from $19.95 to $23.95. It's an extra it's an extra $4 a month. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's in a world of everything becoming more expensive, SayIntentions are at the outset are telling you this is why it's going up. Existing customers aren't going to be affected. And hey, listen, if you want to jump on now, the cutoff is the 1st of November. If you jump on now, you lock in on this price. Who does that? No one does that. So it's awesome. It's awesome. Roy says, and paycheck their employees, not to forget. Well, everyone's costs are going up. You know what I mean? And like they were anticipating a reduction in their AI costs. They were expecting, yeah, but give it 12 months, this should go down even further. They were the trends that were happening. When this first started, Brian was saying, like, way back when, he didn't figure out a model that would have worked for anything less than $50 a month. He's like, you can't do it. There's no way to do this. That's just the cost. And then there was a sharp drop. And they came in at $29.95. And then, oh, hang on, 6 or 7 months later, I think it was about 6 or 7 months later, they were able to drop it to $19.95. And they've held that since January. Now things are getting expensive again. So they're telling us where it's at, you know? So it's interesting stuff. Rip Johnny is here. Good to see you, buddy. Piku says, I'm quite happy with SayIntentions. Krabby1 says, will SayIntentions eventually work on Xbox? I don't know, man. I think they'd love to get it there. But yeah. The Threshold 4K Gaming says, the most advanced add-on for Flight Sim is a very bold claim by SayIntentions, maybe as a supplement add-on, but not overall. Well, yeah. I mean, but put it this way, right? If you consider what you can do with SayIntentions, apart from the ATC and traffic injection, and I've said this from day one, SayIntentions are far more than just ATC. That SkyOps program that they have, that's absolutely incredible. You can start in the sim anywhere, no pre-planned flight plan, dial up SkyOps, talk to them to say, hey, I need a mission. They'll give you a mission. They'll inject scenery. You go up like it. That's class. You know what I mean? And then we have Pocket Sky as well. Everything comes up on the phone, including now your checklists. That's just deadly. Like, they do really good stuff, and like, how long are we into this now? I mean, they're 2 years, 3 years. What's it going to be like in another 2 years? What else can they get done here? SayIntentions recently released this massive API link. There's people on DCS able to get DCS, they're able to get SayIntentions working using APIs. They can do certain things. It's nuts, lads, Heisenberg says, I love SayIntentions, well worth it. I would pay the increase, but don't tell them that. Right? Frankenstein says, Nvidia is officially the world's first $5 trillion company thanks to their work on AI. Kind of odd the lads at SayIntentions have to pay more to make use of the service. You think SayIntentions would have had to pay less for the development work? Yeah. They're not alone in it, though. That's the problem. It's expensive. Commander Ballard says, very happy with SayIntentions. As someone who's still hesitant about VATSIM, SayIntentions is perfect. Updates are coming constantly and support is exemplary. Everything is getting more expensive and the employees have to be paid too. Yeah. PH Roy says, as a SayIntentions partner, I understand rising AI server costs, but this price jump is risky. Without a clear roadmap and better communication, many users may switch to something like FS HUD or beyond ATC. Transparency matters if we want people to stay. Yeah. Well, I think, for me, comparing SayIntentions to beyond ATC, I think you can only compare perhaps a core part or an element of SayIntentions with beyond ATC, and that's the ATC and traffic injection. SayIntentions has way more stuff on the table. You know what I mean? And again, it's just, look, prices are going up. They're not telling you need to buy now. They're just giving you the opportunity that if you want to avail of this, you want to do it before the 1st of November. Otherwise, it's a modest price increase. $4.99 or $4 or whatever, But outside of should you have it, what's better, all that jazz, I really appreciate what they're doing here because no one is doing that. You think if Game Pass said, listen, if you keep Game Pass, we're going to reward you because, we're loyal to you. You've been loyal to us. We're not going to give you a price increase. We're just going to hit the new guys coming on board. That would have been a very different story than Game Pass suddenly saying, yeah, we're upping your prices again. Oh, and by the way, here's 100 arcade titles that you're never going to play. Do you know what I mean? It's just mad, But anyway, that was the news from SayIntentions, and it was a nice bit of insight as well. 80 to 85% of the time is just the core work, meaning that the team who bring us the likes of SkyOps and all this other jazz, it's only about 15%. Jesus, that's mad, isn't it? So anyway, the crack. Prices go up. Subscribe or renew before November 1st to lock in your current price. All right, cool. Speaking of price, Entourage, which is a standalone product, you can buy that for $49.95. It gives you everything but ATC. Just be aware of that. So if you want your cabin crews, your AI mentor, ground ops, progressive taxi, AI tours, bit of radio chatter in the background, and pushback and stuff, that's a one-off purchase. The premium, this is in euro. The premium at the minute is €15.42. It's going to be $17.50 or something, or $18.50 after that. Go check it out. If you've never used the program before, you can actually get a free 24-hour, no commitment, no credit card, no nothing, free. You get to try premium for 24 hours. I would highly recommend that. Highly recommend it. And see if it is for you, Just a question, is Beyond ATC related to Beyond Meat? Just asking. Beyond Meat. Mr. Anderson says, I've enjoyed using SayIntentions. I'm excited to hear about their activity in DCS, and I'd love to see them bring some military operations, traffic, and dynamic scenery. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Maddening says, my coffee. Herman says, I have two separate accounts on Say Intentions. One is the full Monty, the other is Entourage, just in case I need to cancel the full. Yeah, that's a good option. Do not forget Say Intention also works on X-Plane. It works on X-Plane, it works on P3D, and it works on Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, Entourage is pretty cool. But yeah, Lear, hope you're well, buddy. So that's the news from Say Intentions. As I said, if you're currently a member, there's no change. If you're a subscriber, there's no change. If you were a subscriber and you're thinking about getting back in, jump on before the 1st of November. If you're not, well, their prices are going up. But if someone says, oh, they keep putting up the prices, or they don't. They've reduced the prices, and even this price increase is less than what they were originally charging back in January. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty cool. Right, moving on. I say pretty cool. It's pretty cool that they're telling us what's going on. Price increases are never cool. We have to pay more. Don't get me wrong there, but at least if you're already a member, there's no price increase. That's pretty cool. You know. So we're going to move on. We're checking out the EuroFly TwinFox, and here we are in flights in 2020. This is one of the activities. I'm going to show you how they've managed to patch all this together. So the best way to get an idea for it is we'll just jump in and see it, right? So we can see our information here from the bus trip is, welcome to your first flight with the EuroFly TwinFox. You have purchased this magnificent ultralight and have come to pick it up directly from the company's headquarters near the beautiful city of Vicenza in Italy, where you've decided to stay a few days to learn more about your new aircraft. You'll enjoy trips to the surrounding area with a friend and also the EuroFly staff. But while waiting for your plane to be delivered tomorrow morning, well, today you need to practice with the company's distinctive airstrip traffic circuit, and which will teach you how to handle the takeoff and landing in short spaces with obstacles to avoid. Okay, we've all our information here. It's pretty cool, right? So, where's me notes over here? Let me see now. So this aircraft, the EuroFly TwinFox, it was developed by Irisam and it was published by OBY1. It's available for Microsoft Flight Sim. The aircraft, if it's just the aircraft, is working fine in 2024. However, the activities, because they're locked currently to 2020, will only work on 2020, right? That is what makes this news stream, that is what makes this news stream interesting, hearing everyone's thoughts about stuff. That's what it's all about. Your opinion matters. It genuinely matters because, well, it's feedback to everyone. Not only on the news, but also on aircraft add-ons. Do folks like it? What they liked, what they didn't like? It's very important for developers, but it's also important for us because we know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Irisam is here. Welcome, Ben. He's in the chat. Welcome aboard, Irisam. His baby, right? And so we're going to start off with this. It's a cool looking machine, and we're going to get very close to it. Now, caveat, for whatever reason, I've been getting one or two stutters using Flight Sim 2020. So let not that worry you. It's on my side. So there's a stutter here and there on 2020. It's not happening on 2024. So if you see a stutter here and there, just say, yeah, Murph's machine, it needs hammer action, right? So just bear that in mind. But EuroFly, they're an Italian manufacturer based in northern Italy. They've made this aircraft in the real world. And it's been in a partnership then from Irisam looking at this aircraft, getting all the finer details. We're going to have a look at it here now in a moment. With this activity, I like this role-playing idea. We're told we've bought this new aircraft. We're going to stay a couple of days here up in northern Italy. We're going to learn all about the aircraft. I like that, right? So we'll load in and let's see what happens here, because it's all mission-based stuff. So we sit back and listen.
In the heart of the Veneto region of Italy, not far from the beautiful city of Vicenza, the sky promises adventure. You are the new owner of a EuroFly TwinFox ultralight aircraft and have arrived at the headquarters of this historic company, where the air is filled with a passion for flying. It is your first day here, and you have a valuable opportunity to familiarize yourself with the aircraft, assisted by the company's expert and helpful staff. Today, flight school awaits you, an experience designed for new customers using the special traffic circuit of the EuroFly airfield, which, with its characteristics, is a real training ground, where technique and adrenaline merge between the hangar and the sky. Johnny, the soul of the company, has prepared the school's TwinFox for your training, identical to the one you will receive tomorrow, so you will find no differences with the upcoming flights that await you with your own.
What an introduction! Right? OBY, welcome in, buddy.
Hey, James. Everything's ready here. You've studied the traffic pattern. Remember to avoid the houses and watch out for the power lines. Then, when you're on the final approach to runway 35, quickly judge whether you need to go around because of the trees you can see on the left.
Okay, Johnny. All right, I should have memorized the course. Now let's see if I can land in the right spot.
Okay, but don't take any risks by flying too close to power lines. These are ultralight aircraft, which are affected by air currents, so you always need to be ready to react to sudden changes in attitude.
Sure, I'll stay focused.
Now, turn on the battery and the radio, set the frequency to 130.0, and let's do a communication test.
Roger, set radio frequency on 130.0.
Isn't it a cool looking machine, this one, right? So, yeah, okay, there's probably a limitation with voices. Wait, don't open that door. But try and just go beyond that for the moment. I like the way that we're at the factory of this aircraft. And I like the way that, this is our, we've bought one from the manufacturer. Our one that's going to be ready to collect tomorrow. But right now we're just getting like our, what do they call it? Our papers. It's our papers, right? So let's see what happens here. So I have to do some stuff and turn on some power and then set me radio. So cargo pod, we have some options down here. Again, this is very specific to the aircraft, right? And the developer has added in some very, very nice features. As I said, there's stutters happening on 2020. We won't have this in 2024. But anyway, we can change to a glass cockpit, right? Nice. Show the glass, and there's a couple of more click spots here. Pretty cool what we can do with this, right? Show the magneto covers. Leave them on or off. The wheel chocks, pitot cover, tie downs, and even pop in a GPU. These are all the external stuff we can put on, right? So there are some nice options here with the small little machine. And isn't it cool looking? Right? It's a pusher configuration engine, 2-seater, ultralight aircraft, the TwinFox. So we shall remove all of this stuff and carry on with the lesson. So let me see. Cargo pod. No, we want that pitot cover. You can remove the fuselage cover, look. This thing in VR. What? Right, it's incredible. I mean, look at the viewpoint, right? It's savage. Skin and bone. But anyway, we'll get the fuselage cover back on. So we can turn on some power here.
Avionics switch on.
What else want to do? Power switch on. So
Landing light on.
So we need to set our radio.
Master switch on.
We need to set our radio to 130 clear, right? That was the first job we were given. Up the hill.
TwinFox radio check. Can you hear me, Johnny?
Loud and clear, James. Excellent. Okay, now turn on the engine and go to the holding point on the left. I'll be watching you on the radio and we'll try to see if you're coordinating your turns well, if you're doing the traffic pattern and the final approach correctly.
Okay. Thanks, Johnny. I'm ready. See you later for the debriefing.
See you later. Right, so we need to start this machine up. So fuel pump. Here's the throttle down here on our left-hand side. Right, so let's see what happens here. Clear prop.
Clear prop.
Come on, Betsy. She's alive.
You wave goodbye to Johnny confidently, but in reality you are very excited because this is a completely new way of flying for you, accustomed as you are to the pressurized cabins of heavy, fast aircraft. Now, it's the wind on your face and the seat of your ultralight that tell you if you're flying the plane correctly. with a feeling of height similar to that experienced on the roller coasters at Disney World. And that's precisely why you bought this plane, to experience the freedom of flying wherever and whenever you want, in the most economical and safest way possible. And right now, you're already thinking about where you'll fly near your home once Johnny has shipped your TwinFox to you. But now you want to focus on what you're about to do, with the adrenaline flowing and ready to enjoy the experience.
Right, it's very immersive, right? In relation to the aircraft and its systems, we've got a choke over here, throttle. It's relatively a simple aircraft to fly, but I can guarantee you nothing else kind of handles like this. It's very unique. Right, so we're moving forward here now. Good luck now, Johnny. We're heading out the road. Don't break things, Murphy. It's pretty, isn't it?
All right, James. Now stop and go through the pre-takeoff checklist. Make sure that all temperatures are correct and that the altimeter is set to 0 ground altitude.
Copy, Johnny. I'll proceed with the checklist and engine checks. Okay, now I have to set the altimeter to 0.
Okay, altimeter to 0.
Altimeter set to 0.
Engine test, so we can go with a mag test. There's a drop on 1. Drop on 2. Fuel pump off. Flight controls. You can see all the control surfaces move. They're done really well, aren't they? Okay. On now, Betsy. If we need to, we can also go in here and activate the checklist as well. So all the information is here. So inside inspection, cockpit preparation before start, taxi before takeoff, elevator trim neutral. Mags are good. Throttle adjust. Low volt annunciator. That's not actually coming on. Elevator trim grand. Flight controls free. Electrical fuel pump is on. Okay, checklist complete. Landing light is on. Normal takeoff then. Check for final. Check for wind. Line up. Throttle and then elevator control. Lift the nose wheel at 65 knots. Right? Where it's set to 0? Well, it depends, right? It depends how high you're going to be flying. This thing we're going to be flying less than 1,000 feet. You know what I mean? We're not going to go above 3,000 feet. So, let's see what we can do here. Get ourselves lined up. $65 kilometers, really slow. Yeah, like that's what it's like 40 knots, right? Okay, so our plan here is we're going to be taking off. Don't go over, don't hit the freaking power lines, and then it's a left turn, right? But you get the idea, right? Will he hit the wires at the end? That's what we'll worry about. Now, I'm trying to think, will he give us a shout to say that we're good to go? Battery starter, fuel pump, lights, avionics on and off, radio's good. We've done the mag tests. Trim is just negative, is in real life. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Can you derate? Alright, let's see what happens. So 65 is when you get up off the ground. Yep, see daisy. Look at the speed, look. And now we just gotta be careful. Easy, Murph. There's that pause I was telling you about. Don't know what it is. But like, look how tight it is, right? Alright. So we're coming up to 300 feet now, 90 knots. Keep it turning. Next waypoint, dead ahead, up to 500 feet. Oh, you divil. It flies so differently. Alright, there's our 500 feet. Here's our downwind leg. Don't break it, Murphy. Because it's an activity, the HUD will always come up, right?
You're too high. Descend to 500 feet.
Terribly sorry.
You're too high. Descend to 500 feet.
Get down there quick, but oh Jesus.
You're too fast. Slow down to 90 kilometers per hour.
Yeah. Right, that's better. Does it fly like a lawnmower? A lawnmower with wings. I know, here's a base. So 400 feet at 90, then 300 feet at 80, right? Easy now. Don't drop it out the sky, Murphy.
Okay, now turn onto the final leg and watch out for the cable.
Jesus.
Make as many turns and traffic circuits as you want.
I'm after missing me
Have
final.
some fun.
I know. Too high, too fast. Yeah, I'm in it. Oh, Jesus, don't crash. Easy. Easy. Don't hit the gadgets. Like, the scenery is all enhanced here. Oh, no, he's going to hit the gadget. I've crashed. I've hit the gadget. Right? But as an activity, go back. We start from last complete.
Refund.
Will it go to the last waypoint? Or are we going to go starting at the ground again? Oh wait, we could be lucky. Oh yes!
To look at this big Aegis.
Fished.
Avionics switch on.
Oh Jesus.
Master switch on.
Start her up there, Betsy. Oh yeah, we'll edit the last bit out, lads. You know, right?
You waved goodbye to Johnny confidently.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy,
I'm
snooze.
very excited because this is a completely new way of flying for you.
Oof.
Accustomed as you are to the pressurized cabins of heavy, fast aircraft.
Who's in charge?
Now,
You haven't a clue
on
what
your
you're
face and the
Listen.
sound of your ultralight that tell you if you're flying the plane.
She sounds lovely.
With a feeling of
We waved away to Johnny. But anyway, you get the idea, right? I want to show you. We'll go back to the menu here for the activities because I want to show you some of the activities you do. It's just a way of like introducing you to the aircraft. So day 1 was your flight school. Day 2, right? With the sound of the TwinFox engine vibrating in the chest, more than just a journey was born. The TwinFox Air Club was born. A close-knit group of friends with the same spirit of adventure and the same ultralight who decided to turn the sky into their home. So here's another full mission. This is like 209 nautical miles, right? 209 nautical miles. It's a full bus trip that you can do with this aircraft. And then we can get on to other things. You've discovery mode, right? You know, you can do all the first flights. So this one here, Mestre. Where is it now? The origins of this are shrouded in legend. It is said that the Trojan warrior named Methesel, is it, or Methel, following Antenor, founded Pauda, certified or created a fortified settlement in the area of the Venetian lagoon. Right? So these are all the different activities you can do with the activity pack, and then there's landing challenges as well. And the scenery, or the activity pack comes with a number of updated sceneries and all the jazz, right? So that's it in the world of 2020 if you want the activities, right? However, if you didn't want the activities and you just wanted the aircraft, well, I'm going to boot into 2024 now just to show you, right? So we'll say goodbye to 2020, great bit of gas, and we'll load into flights in 2024 because the aircraft is there as well. So maybe you're just interested in the aircraft, or you want to get the aircraft and the expansion, which is all the activities. But bearing in mind they only work in 2020. But I think it is pretty cool what they've managed to do here, because it's you know, it's putting you into that experience of buying the aircraft. It's your aircraft. Here's your check ride. I think this is a fabulous way for you to learn aircraft, particularly third-party aircraft. I think it's a great idea. Day 1 ended well, right? Fox is in the house. My dude. Hope you're well, buddy. And then Flyer, welcome in. Yeah. The owner of the airfield would never find liability insurance. No, not with me flying. Not with me flying. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in 2024, and then we're going to move on to the B-24 Liberator. We've a bit to cover yet, so don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. So we're just going to let 2024 load up and then select this aircraft. And it's, as I said, it's a very unique airplane, or ultralight. How it flies, your control inputs, because it's so slow, but also the envelope between, safe flying and maneuverable speed versus that of like danger, stall, you're going to crash. It's a very thin line. It's a challenging little machine to fly, which is nice. So OBY1 then just things shouting at me. Right, let's see what happens here now. Stuck at 53%. Come on, Betsy, get up the hill. Man, isn't it gas? Like the loading times between 24 and 2020, it's mad. It's mad. Visualize, what you mean? You dozed off. Jesus. That's grand. Then you didn't get to witness my horrible crash. Great news. This is slow loading. I was going to say like 2024 is, there she goes. She's fast now. Right, we're in. Any out second there now, Sim. Crazy Little B, good to see you. I like that they fixed the startup stutters in Sim Update 3. Did they? Right. Let it load. Any else second now, Sim? There we go. Right, so let's have a look here. OBY. There she be. So it's a 2020 aircraft, but it lives inside. Obviously, it works in 2024. And some of the liveries then that you can get, so we can have a look. Standard, red and white, blue and white. The Italian flag, that's the one we're using. Camouflage. Ooh. And then green and orange. We're going to go with the camo version because I think it just looks lovely. And where can we load into now? I don't know. Into bore. Yeah. I don't know. Am I running Jeff's latest? It could be. Right, we'll zoom back here to time of day and just make it nice and kind of bright and sunny. This could be just the default burr. I don't think I have Jeff's installed. Maybe I do. I can't remember. No, I don't. Here's a little camouflage version. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So like for a small little ultralight cruising around in the sim, it's pretty cool, right? So, I'm inside my own face. So here is the aircraft proper. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it a cool looking machine, lads, isn't it? The TwinFox. So we've gone with the camo, but like it's to look at the detail on it, right? So yeah, stall capable, big massive tires. The texture work on this is phenomenally good, right? And the modeling is beautiful as well. And like, it's such a basic little machine, right? It's just a basic little machine. And here be our engine. Beautiful wooden prop. Isn't it pretty? It's neato, lads. It's neato. So we're here in burr, and but not, as you know, it is like a default burr. We can change up some of the dials and instruments. For this, we're going to leave it alone right now. Turn on the master battery. What else do I want to do here now? Show co-pilot. There's our co-pilot. It's our twin Jimmy. Right, let me see here now. Lights, avionics. We'll get a start on the engine first and see what happens, right? What am I missing? Mags are on. Oh, fuel pump, Murph. What a muppet. I don't think I need that much, but we'll try. Lower left. Oh. Dee. That's our choke there, right? I'm almost certain of it. Keep the starter going, yeah. Come on, Betsy. It'd help if you turn on the friggin' mags as well. Right, we're alive. Avionics! Easy now. Right, we got there eventually, right? Fly to Johnny's memorial site, right? Okay, so we're ticking over nicely. What else can we do here? We can open up synthetic vision on this screen if you want. HSI here. We set the barrow. And then from outside. Sounds great, doesn't it? Isn't it very good? Like this, the detail on the engine is class, isn't it? And like for this sort of a machine, see the fuel level? That's your fuel gauge, right? And if you're looking at it from the back, you can see it. Can you see it from the back? Yeah, you can see it in the back, look. That's mad. Right. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Alright, let's go over this way a little bit. So there's your fuel. See it in there, guys, yeah? It's mad, like, it's like, yeah, that's our fuel gauge. It's freaking nuts, right? Now, what's going on with me screens? Right, so we're here at Burr. Not Jefferson's Burr. I need to reinstall Jeff's Burr, but we will. But I just want to show you what we're doing first. It's kind of similar to it, Piku, yeah. But there's a lot of depth to this, just as an aircraft. You know what I mean? Right, let's go flying. And like, you're gonna be off the ground in like no length at all. Oopsie daisy. Like, kilometer speed is just nuts. Imagine owning one of these in the real world, though. Wouldn't it be class? Do you know, like, when it comes to, let's head this direction. When it comes to operational costs, like, these are, like, really, really affordable ways to get you into aviation. You know what I mean? And like we've got tons of options with this as well. I mean, you can remove the FB. You got click points here. You got another one if you want the glass reflections on your avionics. And if you don't want a glass cockpit, right? Which, you know, we have options with this. Change the displays. We can go with the analog. It looks cold. Brr. Now, in terms of our speed, like power, we're pretty much flat out. 120 kilometers an hour. We're doing, I would say, about... We'll break it down. 70 miles an hour. 60 knots? Cars are passing you, yeah. It's so different though, isn't it? Like, it's such a unique, mad, cool, freeze yourself, right? Out in the rain. It's pretty nice. Now, what I want to do as we're moving here, I'm going to speed us up because we're talking about burning blue designs, and I know there is a brand new solar farm out this neck of the woods. Yes. So it would appear they don't have the data yet for the new solar farm, which is actually, the satellite imagery is showing you where it was built, right? So they don't have it here yet. This is in Tipperary. There's literally a solar farm has gone in there, but like that's only in the last couple of weeks, right? So they don't have it. So we'll have to track or find somewhere else. Let me see. Can we do a search of one? Solar farm in Ireland. Oh, Timahoe. There's one in Timahoe, right? Driving on here now, look up the road. This machine would never get to this altitude, by the way. Right, now, where am I? Or south? Dublin. Kildare. So we're looking for Timahoe, which is out this neck of the woods here, I'd say. Here's the Curragh. So if that's the Curragh, Newbridge, Timahoe's up here, isn't it? And what we're looking for is a solar farm. Does anyone see it yet? Where's this now? Not with you in it, Murph. No. I don't actually see, because like a solar farm, you'll actually see the thing reflected from miles away. Well, you should see it reflected miles away. No sign of it yet. I wonder, is it going to be listed on a map or something? So if we're looking to see where we are, Timahoe, right? We want to be up the road a bit. So that's the back of... That's the back of the Curragh, right? Clonbelogue. Easy now. Alright, let's see. Are you sure you installed the add-on? Yes. Well, I say that. I say I'm sure, but sure. Never, you know. Never say never with me, lads. But I think I have it on. Yeah, it's there. Solar UK. So we'll spin out this direction. Because you start to see solar farms now very close to wind farms. It's the same kind of space, do you know what I mean? Fish now. Oh. Very strange. I'm sure we'll find them somewhere else. As you do a quick look over these areas. See, a lot of the solar farms are there like brand new, like literally built in the last couple of months only. Give it a second. Solar farm in Ireland, not words you hear all the time. Yeah, for all the sunshine we get. It's mad, isn't it? I'm trying to get me location right. Looking for a needle in a stack of needles. We're looking for like reflections on the horizon and stuff. Maybe okay, so they don't have the one in Tipperary. I don't see the one in Timahoe. Fished? No, that's water. Right, it looks like we'll have to go looking on the map. On the main map, maybe. Do you know? Call Greta. Greta, can you direct us to the place with the yoke with the thing? Fished? It's an LOD issue. Right. Here it is. I would think. Yes.
Can I get a refund?
Okay, here it be. But I imagine it's like LOD issue, right? Because see the way it's trying to load in. That's most unusual. See the way it's like really... Maybe there's like performance settings I need to check. That's kind of strange. We're having performance issues. Why is it loading in so slow? That's like, it's very strange, isn't it? I wonder, is it down to LOD? Huh. And then my sim crashed. So maybe there was something not working right? That's really strange. Right. Hang on a second, lads. We'll refire up the sim while we're waiting. What caused that, though? Let us see. Let us investigate while we reload. Solar UK, right? Global world. How do we do this now? DDD. So there should be an instruction pack. Let us have a look. Burning Blue Design website. Burning Blue Design. Stand by. Let's have a look. Did 2020 close properly? Yeah. Yeah, no, there's something just not right. The sim didn't. There was something not right in the sim, because the way that was loading in is telling me there was an issue somewhere, right? How do we? Occasionally there can be an issue with other add-on scenery showing a different custom VOR at airports. You should see the airports folder inside. You need to be extracted. Wait now. All right, hang on. While that's loading. Once you download the product, double click the zip file. You should see the airports folder. These need to be okay, I didn't do that. Once you've purchased and download the product, double click the zip file to open it. You should see the airports folder inside. You need to extract. No, that's not right. Oh, sure, it is extracted. If you don't know what the community folder is, no, that's grand. We know all that. There isn't an airports folder. There's like scenery and world. Okay, so that's probably just, they need to update that. So the bugs, occasionally there can be an issue with other add-on scenery. Okay. Transparent and translucent glass panes. Multiple sceneries are installed the same area. A bug showing the underlying stock photogrammetry. It's a known bug. No, they're not necessarily for the solar farms. Could it be Murphy's system not liking solar power? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong here, lads. Give us a second, though. We'll check it out. Maybe there could be an issue. Could be just an issue, right? So I'll see. Can I? Oh, there could be a conflict with another. There could be a conflict as well. You know what I mean? Letty, yeah. It wasn't just Amazon. It was Azure had problems tonight. Azure had huge problems tonight. Whatever it was. We'll load back in and see if we can see it. So Prosperous, Kilcock, Edenderry, Timahoe. Timahoe's over here, isn't it? There it is here, look. Yeah, see the way it's drawn in the scenery? That doesn't seem right. It sure doesn't. Yeah, I don't like the way it's doing that. Now it's loaded in and it's grand, or is it? Yeah, no, once it loads in, it's in. That's mad. Do you have solar farm activated? What do you mean, Piku? Mamu. There it is working and it's in, right? No idea what that is, Piku. What's that, dude? It's kind of strange though, isn't it? Light conditions, make it daytime. And custom weather. There's another solar farm add-on. Oh no, I've no other solar farm add-ons. No, like that's kind of like it now. Depending on your altitude, you'd see it, and like there is detail there, but I need to talk to them on the performance of this thing loading in. It just doesn't seem right. Sure doesn't. Like we can start off here, airborne, and see what happens. But it just doesn't seem right, does it? Microsoft Azure servers having connectivity issues as well. Big Al, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, look, maybe it's that, trying to stream information. Who knows, lads? Who knows? Angel is here, good to see you. Let's see if this works. And if it doesn't, then I can go back to Burning Blue and say, lads, seems to be an issue. To be fair, I've never had an issue with any of the Burning Blue stuff before. So we'll have to see. Where is this now? Solar farms. Did they do a manual on it? UK and Ireland. Package installation. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing additional from the installing locations. Right? Oopsie daisy. Okay, so everything is where we're expecting it to see, right? So let's go down now and look at the old solar farms. Like, there's savage detail in this, isn't there? And I think once it kind of loads in, that's it, like, say no more about it. Let's have a look at, like, the substation stuff. Oh yeah, like, they've tons of details in here. But it's also a little bit heavy on the L frames. Interesting. Great. Oh yeah, it's heavy on frames. Savage detail in it though. Like, I imagine this is probably on full tilt.
Oh, Jesus.
It's mad looking. And like, you know, certainly from, you know, a VF4 perspective. No, another crash. Okay, that's something not right there, lads. Something not right there. Right, we'll have to revisit that from Burning Blue because it's shagged. Right, turn that off. And leave that parked for the moment. We'll go back in now and check out the old... we'll check out the Liberator, right? Did the tilt of the sun... Don't know. We'll have to revisit it again, lads. It ain't working. It caused 2 crashes. Not enough sun. Yeah, maybe they don't work in Ireland. But then again, like, they could be conflicting with something else as well. You know what I mean? Adding hundreds of objects on ground impacts performance. Who'd have thought? Who'd have known? Who'd have known? Yeah, no, I'll go back to the guys because that's just, like, not great. So we'll just not activate it and now see what happens. I'll have to... where's this now? Each site includes detailed models. That's okay. The results should feel lightweight enough for most systems. No, I have a fast system and it brought mine to the ground. That needs a bit more work, I think. Or there could be just an issue with the sim. Who knows? How did the pilot control lighting go? We're going to do that now as well. It's all happening now, lads. We're flat out. We have 2 more things to do. We're going to load up in the Liberator. And then we're going to check out the pilot controlled lighting. All right. And let's see what happens here. We'll do it live. Everything we do is live. That's why things break. Things are quite okay when they break. So, yeah, let's get this loaded up here. The B-24 Liberator, this is the one that I'm using, right? It's over on flightsim.to. I'm going to share this into the chat with you now, right? It's an add-on features it's an improvement on the repackage of the Flight Replica's B-24 Liberator, adapted for both 2020 and 2024. The standalone aircraft doesn't require any additional files, and it includes several new cockpit functionalities, such as clickable controls for throttles and flaps, and additional updates involved enhancing the exterior normal maps. While known issues, controls and flight model accuracy are acknowledged, the community-driven project is offered at no cost. Now, have a listen to this. This add-on that we're going to have a look at this now in the moment. It is for free, right? This allows you the option. If you have the DC6, well, you can actually reroute the DC6 sounds and make them work on this aircraft. And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's like the default sounds aren't bad, but like the DC6 sounds are quite good, right? So I was like, oh, hang on a second. I can use DC6 sounds on this? No way. Right? So that's what we're going to do here now. So let us load in. Let's go for the Liberator. Oh, yes. And we can go in and configure this, right? Because it has a number of different liveries. And this is freeware, lads. Look at all the liveries. There's tons of them. This is freeware, right? So I'm going to go with Calvert and Coke. I just like this livery. And we're going to come over here to... Where are we? Phoenix. Telluride. Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. If that's San Antonio, well then I'm looking for San Marcos. Right. Let's see what happens here, right? Live time will do. Jay Winniker's in the house. Good to see you, man. 48 months. Jay Winniker, thank you so very much indeed. Probably an add-on I can manage without. Yeah, we'll go. Well, I'll talk to Burning Blue on it to say, lads, it's broken. But I think, I love the idea of it because for VF4 flying, visual reference points, hell yeah. But there's got to be a better way it's implemented. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's jump into this thing. This machine that we're looking at here, lads, is for free. This is freeware based on the B-24 Liberator. What do we think? Like, I can't get over the fact it's freeware. This thing rivals payware, right? You can see all the gun positions. You can see the details on the engines even. Look. Right? And I've... if you have the DC6, as I say, you can override the default sounds, which aren't bad. The default sounds in this, they're not actually bad at all. But the DC6 just gives the thing a bit of, character. But I think the modelling work here, all the different liveries you get as well, it's done pretty nice. It's not impossible or very difficult to kind of see the edge of where this is a freeware project. But I think visually, this thing is very good. It's very good. It's a port from like FSX or whatever, right? And certain things mightn't align if you get in close and you can see kind of the textures and whatnot, right? But overall, this is a friggin' cool looking machine, and it's for free, lads. Right? We love free. And there's some nice features with it as well. It's a gorgeous looking machine, isn't it? It's a cool looking machine. Right, let's jump into the cockpit and let's see what we can do. So there's quite a fair bit of stuff working on this now when it comes to interaction with the cockpit, right? There's a lot of click stuff being put in. So for example, right, well, let's go looking. What do we have? So we have our supercharger throttle mixtures. We have all our booster pumps, fuel boost primers. These don't work. These all work. All the servos, right? One up here on top. Is there anything clickable up here? Not yet. That's radios, right? Like, look at the details in here, look. Like, for free. Captain Gaming is here. Good to see you, bud. Mag switches. Battery switch. So we're going to go battery. Right? Fuse box. That's all fine. Mixture needs to go. So there's my throttle. Here's our lights coming on. That's for prop. And don't worry too much about starting procedure and whatnot. And I'm using, as I say, the DC6 sounds. Alright, this is our engine startup. Right, so let me see. Number 3, number 4. Okay, so we'll just we'll do this in no particular order. Because, as I said, she's freeware, right? And they are the DC6 sounds. Okay. And we also have a tablet. So we can open up the bomb bay, and we can also open up the back covers, showing you where the gunners are. Look. Isn't that freaking cool? So the gunner positions, and then also look at the bomb bay. Look how the bomb bay operates, right? So I'll show you. I'll close these now. So the bomb bays slide down, and then the guys in here go in, right? This is freeware. Crazy. So that's a model from the outside, and she is using the DC6, right? So let's see what we can do here. Tons of like tons of stuff. Hang on now, we need to get our lights on. I imagine they're all okay. There's our light. Look at the state of this thing. The model with the ball turret also has a retractable ball turret. No way. No way. B-24 was one of the most dangerous aircraft that flew because of the fact so many were shot down. No way. So we have all these other positions. Now you can see this is where like the texture stuff, but give it time, lads. I reckon this will all be, you know what I mean? Like, it's free. So where am I? I'm in San Marcos, but I'm here for a reason. Let's taxi out this way. Isn't it cool looking? And as I say, like the sounds we're using is off it's off the DC6, but the default ones are just fine. I prefer the DC6 ones. It just gives it that extra bit of oomph, right? Jesus Murphy, you're not going to get off the ground on that runway. Easy now. Well, back taxi. Big machine. The B-24 was the box the B-17 came in, right? And this is freeware, right? So the link is in the chat there if you want to grab it. This is free, and then you remember M Scenery exists, right? And like, you gotta keep your eye on projects like this because they'll only get better and better. You know what I mean? Suitable for aromatic fuels. Don't know. Aromatic fuels there is a question for the chat. Anyone help? So let's turn around. And like, even the cowl flaps work. That's deadly, isn't it? I can't remember, were my chocks on? Right, anyway, let us take off. Now hang on, do I have the use of a standard radio on this? Or would I have to use something like the, this guy? Right, many buttons. Put you up there and put you up here. Now why aren't you moving? Do. Right. That's our radio. Let's take off and see what this thing can do, right? Take off Parasite. Should be live. Did I mention it's free? 100 miles an hour now. Oopsie daisy. Oh yeah. Now check out the animations for the friggin' landing gear, lads. This is where this thing gets absolutely gorgeous. Look. Isn't that awesome? which is absolutely brilliant. So it's available right now over on flightsim.to. I highly recommend it, lads. The default sounds it comes with aren't bad, but like autopilot stuff works here as well, right? So let's see what we can do here. Utilities, autopilot. Give me level flight. So using something like the you know, your GTN, it's perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. It's like the 911 Colt 45. You can, yeah, 100%, right? It's a standalone. It's standalone, right? So if we wanted to go to heading, what's my current heading now? We're heading east, 090. So give me a left turn up to 359, call it. Let's go heading mode. There she turns, right? Because it's not deadly in class, right? Now, open up Navigraph while we're here, because I want to have a look at something else. So, unload that flight. Give me VFR sectionals. San Antonio, right? No, San Marcos is what I want to see. So, turn you off for the minute. And San Marcos. So if we were to look at San Marcos, San Marcos Regional, KHYI, San Marcos, right? So what I'm trying to figure out here is the frequency for the airport lights. Clearance, ground control, 120, 125 maybe? Let's see, right? Airport ident. They were on the airport. They were on the airport chart, were they? Where did you see that, Malky? Charts. That's it here, is it? That's ADIS though. Obstacle required. Let's see here now. Under the runway lengths. Preset to low intensity. So 126,825. 126,825, right? 126,825. Huh. Do you know, I don't think my sim is liking live tonight. Let's go back to heading. Let's have a look. Now where is this? San Marcos, so more left turns. Dee. So pilot control lighting status, airport ident. Why isn't it liking that? 126,825? Oh. There's nothing ever simple as, is there? Maybe it's the aircraft. Not quite sure. But the radio comms frequency work here, so. It's. Why is that appearing off my screen? Do. Connected with light intensity off, right? Right, give it a second. Easy now. Oh, jeez, I'm going to break that completely. Look, balls. What about the other light frequency on the chart? Maybe. One 126.825. It's all the same. 126.825. Okay, so maybe it's the aircraft. We'll have to check this, right? I think it's all linked to server issues. It should be the same as CTAF. All right, we'll go see. We'll try. Oh, it's the same. Look, tower ATC 126.825. That's what we're dialed in on. One 126.825. That's the tower for San Marcos. 100%. The 8 is 120.825. So 126.825, definitely it. Try a different aircraft. Yeah, we can do that. So what we're looking at here anyway, look at this machine for freeware. This is friggin' awesome. For free. You need to have this in your hangar, lads. Yeah, so it doesn't go over, it doesn't respond to whatchamacallit. There's no voice needed with a Kazaki. It's literally key presses, right? Literally key presses. But it could be the aircraft, so we'll load back in with another aircraft. But before we go, it's just to have a look at this thing. Isn't it freaking cool, lads, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Right. Back to the main menu. We'll jump back into something standard. And let's see, will this work? The old reliable. Stock 172. Oh, Jesus, we've got my skis. Doesn't matter. KHYI. KHYI. Now, it's important to note, it's like 4,500 airports that they have with this this works on, right? Just so you know, it can fly inverted. Mrs. GPHI, good to see you. There's like 4,500 locations that this works.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Right, so let's try all of this again, right? So clear all that. Jump in here now. I've skis on in my Cessna, but sure, why not, lads? Why not? So let me see. Get some power into this machine. Right, let's have a quick look at this. And let's see if this works. Okie dokie. So, let's see if we can get our radios up and running. Runway lights are off, right? Taxi lights are on, which is kind of weird, but the runway lights are off. So we want to see, can we bring runway lights into the equation here? Enter, enter, enter. And we'll go enter, enter, enter. So 126.825. So this should be 3 clicks. Turn this guy on.
Hello there.
Ed Khalil, welcome in. Pilot control lighting status. It says it's off. Why is this not working? D. That is push to talk. Maybe I need another button set up. Oh, now. D. Touch pointer. What's that now? What am I using? I'm using the Warburg. Push to talk. Toggle pushback, push button. Clear push, deviation push. Push to talk. Oh, so this will be transmit. Com 1. Yeah, that's it.
Hello there.
Yeah, so what's happening here? Yeah, I think it's shagged, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Good to see you. Any friggin' ideas? The manual online states you can use the numlock key by default. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Huh. No, this is definitely one of the airports. Hang on. Once activated, it should stay online for like 5 minutes. Man alive. Vero routes. Nothing's working for me tonight. Pilots can activate it. Yes. How it works. Untowered airports, yes. Feature list, yes. Background, yes. Worldwide coverage, yes, we have, right? Check out the coverage map. We're at San Marcos. KHYI. Huh? KHYI. San Marcos. Yeah, it is. Look, so now 126.825. 126.825. What's going on? Nothing wants to work tonight. This is 20 quid and it's not working. The lighting remains lit for 15 minutes, but sure, it's not. Documentation. Add a visual indicator on stats menu. Resolved issue on the edge center lighting in all airports. Problem was caused by a software switch. Grand. Add logic position. Grand. Resolved issue with third decimal number. Is your SimConnect running? Oh yeah. It surely is. Jesus, lads, that's two things not working tonight. When they were working. But not just like infuriate you. Airport ident, like that should be getting lit up. This should all be reacting now. You know what I mean? 126825, and like that was also verified over on the website. It's shagged. Stupid sim. Yeah. Basically what it's supposed to do, you hit your push to talk button 3, 5 or 7 times, and that will actually activate your runway lighting. It'll turn on the lighting for about 15 minutes, as it would do in the real world, right? I had 2 jobs. That's 2 things that's not working for me tonight. That's so strange though, I can't get it working. Like, why doesn't that want to work? Don't know why that's coming up there, but like...
Hello there.
Very strange. Very, very strange. Blame Azure and call it a night. Probably. It's like calling someone at the airport to turn on the lights. Yeah, it works the very same. But yeah, it just doesn't want to work. Most unusual, lads.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
It's just most unusual. 777, good to see you, buddy. This should be working, but it's not. My account. Right now, did I get this in Sim Market? This would be Murphy's Law now. There's probably an update needed. Hold. Yeah, like it's 100% there, man. And I wouldn't mind when this loads up, I actually get a window at the start. So, this pilot control lighting. I wonder, is it missing something? No, it doesn't work at every airport. It only works at some of them. Let us open the community folder, pilot control lighting. Vero routes, right? User guide. Installation. Yes. Yes. Coverage map. Starts automatically, runs in the background. At the vicinity of an untowered or closed airport, pilots tune the assigned frequency. We've done that. The menu is available selecting a free flight. A small menu will show. Yes. By default, PCL can be activated at a selected airport by pressing the keys numlock or control and numlock. So hang on. We activated with hang on a second. Control. That's just not working. Stupid thing. Oh. Keybind assignments can be modified.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works. Every time.
Low press. But like, we should be able to dial in, look. After the menu displays the updated status, right? Low and down, so it wants to use numlock. I don't see runway lights. One 26825. Let there be no mistake on both of these. Right. I want runway lights. Yeah, they're not
Can I
working.
get a refund?
There's no refunds, lads. It's all shagged. It's all shagged. Doesn't want to work. Game over. Ball burst. It is shagged. Yeah. Now maybe does it want something running in the background like a command file, something? Very freaking strange, isn't it? The in-panel stuff, in-game panel, yes. Scenery, sim objects. The live demo gods are not pleased today. They really aren't. Yeah, they really aren't. We can try restart the sim. Well, we've restarted the sim 3 times, but yeah, we can restart the sim. We'll give it one last bash before we go to bed, because this is silly. I'm having a night of it. Let's see. I got it on Sim Market. Task Manager, kill the sim. We'll try it one last time. I wonder, does it want to keep that command box open? I have a feeling it does. Enabled with add-on linker. It's not actually in add-on linker. It's directly in the community folder, you know? And we'll try a bind change as well if it needs to it. Yeah, I saw that Ireland DLC for ETS 777. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's gonna be awesome. There's not enough time to restart a sim. Yeah, it's shagged. We're having a night of it. I'll rechange the stream title to the night that we had fun with the EuroFly TwinFox and the B-24 Liberator, but everything else is shagged. It works, right? It works. This is gonna pop open a window here now in a second. And I wonder, does that little command window have to stay open? This will prove, and if it does, like, they just need to change the install. Because, like, why else would you have, do you know, why else would you have the yoke open? Yeah. If you go to bed, everything will work tomorrow. It always does, yeah. Well, at least you can see it happens to everyone, right? These things in the sim, everything works grand, then suddenly out of nowhere nothing works, and it's either a problem with the sim or it's a problem with your head. So look at this: pilot controlled lighting connected to flight sim. Let's leave, like, I won't close that. Let's just leave that little command box open, right? And let's see if this is the ticket here, right? And we'll start the sim on the runway at San Marcos. Or maybe it's conflicting with FSU IPC. No, well, could. Shouldn't though. Where is this now? Friend request. But now the sim pauses for a couple of seconds, doesn't it? Now. Right. San Marcos, please. Yes. And we'll do the lazy thing. Drop us in on 3-1. And let's see what happens. What do you reckon, lads? Is this going to work? Why do I have skis on me plane? Right. We're going to change the time of day. Right. We don't have runway lights. 126-825. Right. Let's open the little gadget. Numlock 3. It's doing something, look. It said pressed. Frequency low. Okay, it's kind of working. The lights just came on. But why? Okay, so it is working. Huzzah! So that's intensity high. That's medium. It's weird, it doesn't follow it right. So to change the intensity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be 7 clicks. That's really strange. So it kind of works, but doesn't. Three clicks should be low. But it doesn't detect it right. It's weird, isn't it? Right. Low. Medium. So we got it to go low. What the hell? Like, why? Just give us the... Come on, Jemima, you can do it. 3 clicks, nothing. 1 click. Seven clicks. It's like a delay with it or something, isn't it? I'm taking flying lessons in Weston Airport the last 6 months. Really cool flying out of Weston. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I don't really know what the crack is. Like, it's not responding well. That's the default keybind push, right? But if I, like, if you do 5 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that should bring it to medium. And I wonder, does it need this? Does it want this little code thingy open? If I close this, will it register the key press? No, it doesn't. So that's what was wrong. That little box, command box that appears and just like pollutes your screen, that needs to be connected for it to work. So you can see now the lights are turned off. And like there's no other way to, I bet you there's no other way to like launch that little app. That's shite, lads. I like the idea of it. I really like the idea of it. But yeah, that needs work. Right? Put it in EXE or put it in an EXE XML maybe. They don't have that. Like if I go in through like there's no EXE to run it. Well, I imagine actually there must be. Ferro routes bin template PCL sim connect. That's it there, right? Settings. Key press. Okay, so it'll detect it now. Well, I hope it will. Status. Yeah, okay, so it works. But it needs that program running. So lights are currently on low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that should go to medium. There's no logic to this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's weird, isn't it? It needs work for sure. No, you don't need to be in the air. 100% no. So, like, I mean, pilots at airports flying at night time. Now, how do we turn the shagging thing off again? Now it's gone to high. But I don't get it. Like, it's how did I impact on that? Now it's gone to medium. Like, it's doing its own thing. It's like just some sort of a delay. You know what I mean? It's like there's a delay with it. Weird, right? Numlock bound to something else? Oh. So, like, if I were to close this guy, lights are gone out, right? Cool. Launch this guy. And why won't it connect? Come on and connect, will you? Do the thing with the yoke. Yeah, it's weird. Now they decided to turn on. It's weird, like, there's, you know. So it works, kinda, but sorta. I'll send them an email just to say, you know, is there a thing? No, like, when you put in the frequency, no, like, there isn't, it's not telling you that there is a delay. Like, if I do 3 keys, 1, 2, 3, that should now pop them onto low. And, like, okay, now if I do 5, we should go medium. And if I do 7, it'll go high. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Button to low. Is there actually a difference between those? Is it all the... Oh, it is. It's all the lights. That's pretty cool. Right. So there's our lights. They're on low. Let's see if it works here. Do. Okay. So it is working. We have progress. And they'll stay on then for 15 minutes. Which is the plan, yeah? So let us just do the whole shagging thing again. All the lights are now off. Cool. And we'll turn off my lights so there's no... Right? And then we'll relaunch this guy again. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. And this should now power on the lights, and they'll stay on low frequency for whatever, 15 minutes. There they go. If I do 7, it works. The system works. Delaying communication between plane and, well, the switch. Well, there's no man, if you like. It's they work off a frequency, right? They work off a frequency. Real Life Pilot said, streamed the other day, runway lights come on slowly when you click the mic. Yeah, well, they filter in. It's like a dimmer switch. But, like, okay, it now works, but, like, you need to have this little file actually running in the... Like, that must be open. It won't work without that. Like, that actually deactivates it, and it lives on the bottom of your toolbar as, like, a freaking command box. There has to be a better way for that to work. But it does work. That's pretty cool. Now, it's not a global replacement. It doesn't work at every airport in the world. And I think there is a bit of an issue. If you go from high intensity, it doesn't like going to low. It's like if you select it high, it'll stay on high. And then after 15 minutes, then it'll cut out. Okay. This panel, though, and you can't really move it around. You're kind of stuck with its position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be medium then. Yeah, it is a bit clunky, but it does work. That's medium lighting. Like, all these overlays and stuff popping, like, you don't want to see that crap. You know, like, you can move it off, whatever, you like put it onto your actual push to talk button. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, it's like, it's 20 quid, 4,500 airports, it's like 4,100 airports, and then they've like 400 heliports. And it's mainly in the US. It's mainly in the US. So if we were to look at the coverage, check out the coverage. They're all the airports worldwide that you can use this with. Australia, tons of them. New Zealand, mainly US, Canada, Alaska, very few in Europe. A few in France, alright, that's pretty cool. So these are all the airports in which then you can just activate these lights. It's interesting stuff. It is interesting stuff. They might keep the 20 and just land at daytime. It's good to like. It's good to see it. Now, will this work without that annoying pop-up? 1, 2, 3. Give it a minute. Yeah. So if you don't want all that intrusion on your screen, yeah, it'll work without all that kind of jazz as well. Sweet. Right, anyway, that's it. I'm going to lie down now because I've had a mare of it. So, 2 good things. One thing was shagged, the other thing was shagged, but then became unshagged. So, 3 in a bit. Let me go off and talk to Burning Blue Designs. There's clearly an issue with that. It could be related to the Azure issue tonight as well. It's hard to know, right? But I will say this: the whatchamacallit, the EuroFly TwinFox. Great little machine there, tons of detail, and I do like the activities for it as well. So that's a beautiful little aircraft. The B-24 Liberator freeware. If you're on the PC, just grab it. It flies nice. It looks great. The default sounds are quite good. But if you go with the if you have the DC6, horse the DC6 in there. Do you know what I mean? The Burning Blue Design solar farms doesn't like. Just an issue. Could be just in Ireland, I don't know. Let me talk to them because the lads at Burning Blue are sound. They're nice. They just tell you, no worries, we'll fix it. And then when it comes to the pilot control lighting, I'll feed back to the developer as well. I mean, that's grand that it does this, right? But like a lot of the times you don't want that on your screen. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what's that code box doing a thing? But it does work. And like the list of airports and the coverage of airports is very impressive, and it does work, and it'll count down from 15 minutes, which is pretty cool, do you know? So right, that's the story. We're back tomorrow. We're flying in the F-28 in the morning. Right, so 11 o'clock Zulu, is it? Yeah, 11 o'clock Zulu. So we're back tomorrow morning, lads. 11 o'clock Zulu. Then tomorrow night we're flying the 757 on X-Plane for a VATSIM flight. I sense a terrible disturbance in the force, you know, buttons and things breaking. It'll be great. But thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in tonight, and we'll catch you all tomorrow in the morning at 11 o'clock Zulu time. Till then, you take care.